What is up, party people? We are back with a brand new edition, of course. Allow me to introduce myself. It is Sunday. Why does the weekend go by so fast? Can we talk about that? But allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. What up, Natalie bestie? Also, if you're interested in having me manifest for you, or you want to book a one-on-one coaching call so we can figure out where you're going wrong so that you can get it right, I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same, and I'm good at it. There's that part. Okay, what's up, Natalie? We're going to talk. I have text coaching too, by the way. Text coaching. I have a manifestation bundle pack where you get all of it, and it includes me manifesting for you. And then I also have guided meditation, sleep hypnosis, all the things. If you order them, you're going to get it back from me today. Okay? All right. Now let's discuss a couple things, because I need you guys to really focus on getting out of the state of wanting and getting into the state of expecting. Okay? So there's a difference there. Wanting is coming from lack. That means you don't have something. Hey, baby sister. Okay, so when you want something, you're coming from lack. That's creating lack. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Yes, Haley, I will. And you're focusing on wanting something, which implies that you don't have it, right? Because we want things we don't have. Okay, versus you focusing, I'm not going to say living in the end, but knowing that it's a wrap. Like this is it. He's coming home. We're getting back together. He wants to be with me. He, wants to marry me, live with me, wherever you're at in your relationship now. If you're in no contact, no, he absolutely wants to contact me. Why wouldn't he? Shanzi, come up with the best names, bitch. But you have to understand, because you're shifting states, you need to get out of wanting state and get into it's already mine state. Okay. Like I've got it. This is it. This is here. I have it. Okay. Because you need to get into that. Hey, Lisa, girlfriend, you need to get in the having state, the expecting, like, this is it. We're together. He's contacting me right now. Like, he cannot stop talking to me. He has to talk to me all fucking day long, all the time. He literally, I'm the best part of his day. He cannot go without talking to me. Okay? Thanks, Shensi sister. So, Brittany, you shift states by basically telling yourself, like I had told you guys yesterday, that you know something, right? Because that's what pushes out. It's like, no, I know we're getting back together. Like, I know we're getting back together, period. I know that they want to be with me. You guys can start there. Right? And knowing that they want to be with you. Instead of hoping and wishing and wanting them to want you, you need to expect them to be with you. What's up, Crazy Court? Oh, I'm going to respond to you today, bitch. For sure. 1000%. Okay, I've been dealing with a little something personal since Friday. But I'm a master manifesting bitch, so. So it's not hard to get into the state. You'll know if you're in the state because it's kind of, oh no, you do not. You are not a pest, girlfriend. Who is this? Oh, Blackheart, where the hell have you been? Where have you been? But I'm glad you're back, and you manifested your ex back a month ago. I love that for you. I hope you guys are still going strong, bitch. Still going strong. Gwen Stefani, Dr. Phil, that's very flattering. Although, fun story about Gwen Stefani is she's actually from my county. Yeah, she lived in Orange County. And the first concert I ever went to was No Doubt. Back in the days, yes. Because I'm walking in the spider web. Anyway. Yeah, that's natural, okay? It is very natural for your SP, especially if you're in contact, to be, yeah, that was my first performance. It's very natural for especially if you're in contact, for your SP to tell you about gutter trash, being a bitch, right? and problems in that paradise, which I use as flattering. Right. So I think it's absolutely a good thing. Why? Because that's confirmation. Most people want confirmation. They want some kind of movement. Right. So when you're seeing a conversation take place where they're talking about gutter trash in a negative light, for you, that's validation. Oh shit, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. I'm loving this for us. Right. And it's kind of an ego booster, if you will, that, okay, well, then I got this. I totally got this then. There's nothing I have to worry about because as long as I persist in that, obviously it's working. So I'm going to keep persisting in that, as well as me and SP getting closer together. Okay. So I liked it. Whenever he would talk, hey, Terry, girlfriend, whenever we would talk, whenever he would talk to me about former gutter trash, right? And always in a negative light, I was like, that's right. That's right. Right. And so, and they'll also, like, you guys have to read between the lines too, because oftentimes they'll drop things and you guys, we tend to internalize and take things personal, but it's like one of those, I'm trying to come up in my mind the right word, but it's kind of one of those, like you want to give it the meaning you want to give it. So like they'll say something and you guys will be like, well, what the fuck does he mean by that? But instead it's like, oh no, that's my affirmation, actually, just reworded, if you will. So it's like if part of your story or description about your SP is that he's always talking about our future. And then he talks about something, 6 months from now, that's him talking about your future. Last time I checked, the future is tomorrow, if you want to look at the future, right? And so forth. So that's him talking about your future. If he's talking about, something 4 years from now, that's your future. Okay. So you want to read in between the lines. If you're saying that he shows you every single day that he cares about you, I don't give a fuck what his text message says. That is him showing you that he cares about you. Period. Okay. You have to start expecting things from your SPs, because that is what pushes out, is not wanting something from your SP, but expecting it, knowing that that's how they are, knowing that this is who he is for me, that he absolutely wants to be with me. Okay. He loves me. He cares about me. And telling yourself that stuff to remind yourself things that he told you out of his own fucking mouth. I don't care if he told you this shit 5 years ago. Not anymore. It's like he just told you that shit yesterday. Okay. Because when you come from that notion of like, yeah, this is what he says. This is what they said. So I'm going to hold those conversations, the things he actually told me out of his mouth. They don't flip a switch, okay? And they don't need to lie to you. A lot of you guys after the breakup will be like, it was all a lie. He didn't mean any of that. Okay. But this was an issue, but it wasn't an issue the 6 years you were fucking dating. See what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that they tell you are not actual issues. They're issues that you're creating in your mind and are pushing out, which is why I said yesterday that if you're going to have a negative thought about something, you have to flip that thought itself. Okay? You have to flip that thought itself, because if not, and say the opposite, not just affirm through the thought, because that thought is still manifesting quickly. Ask me how I know that. So that's where I realized, oh, you need to tell a different whole ass story. Okay. So it's like you have a thought about something, you need to flip that shit to what it is you want, not affirm through it. Right. So it's like you can't be, let's see here. So let's think that you thought he's not contacting me today. Like I haven't talked to him today. You can't be like, nope, he's so obsessed with me. He is so obsessed with me. You can't do that. Okay. Instead, you're like, no, actually he talks to me every day. Like he's actually going to message me right now. So you're flipping that thought in alignment to the opposite thought of the thought you had. Does that make sense? Okay. So, is he going to break up with me? No, absolutely not. In fact, he cannot stand to be away from me. I'm the love of his life. Like he wants nothing more than to marry me. Right. So you're flipping it, but it's not something you're affirming. Okay. You have your baseline affirmations, but these are random thoughts that you just flip it to what you want. It's not necessarily like, oh, well, now I need to robotically affirm that. No, you don't. You just need to flip the thought. That's it, to be what you want. And then to focus on what you want. And to come from a place of knowing things about your SP like you did back then. Like you did back then. So what do you want to know about your SP? Because that determines if they contact you, if they want to see you, if they want to be with you. Like all of that shit starts with you knowing that that's how they feel about you, knowing that that's how things are between you two, that that's what he wants. Okay, you guys question what the fuck they want. No, you need to start knowing what he wants. He wants me, period. That's it. He absolutely wants to be with me and only me. And he shows me that every fucking day, right? He's addicted to me, like literally addicted to me. Like he craves me. He has to be with me 24/7. I'm his best fucking friend and he cannot stand to be away from me, right? He absolutely wants to be back together with me. You guys question this shit. How can somebody want to be with you if you don't know if they want to be with you? How can somebody contact you if you're focused on no contact and the fact that you're blocked on everything and you're telling yourself that he's not talking to you? Okay, how can you get anything different if you're focused on wanting something from this person? I want him to commit to me. I hear that shit all the time. I want him to commit to me. I want this. I want that. You want a lot of shit from him. So when are you going to start expecting that from him? Start knowing. Put yourself in the state of knowing that, no, this is who he is for me. I don't give a shit who he is for everybody else, but this is who he is for me. This is the behavior that he does for me, period. It's already done. I already know we're together. I already know we're getting back together. I already know he absolutely wants to be with me. I already know that he thinks about me all the time. You can tell yourself that shit. You understand you can tell yourself whatever you want. You can literally tell yourself there's no right or wrong way to affirm. Unless, well, I take that back. There's no right or wrong way to affirm, but it needs to be present tense. Like it's a matter of a fact thing versus like you want him to do something or he's going to do something. Okay. Like, no, he's moving in with me right now. Okay. You can also say you can say he wants to do something. That's not a problem, actually. You can say he wants to be with me. Okay, I know he wants to be with me. I know he wants to be with me right now. I know this. I know we're getting back together. I know. I just know. Because when you know, you're not focused on the time. Okay, you're not focused on any of that shit because you know that you're getting back together. So I don't need to count down the clock and be like, okay, well, it's been 5 days. Well, it's been 6 days now. Well, now it's been 7 days. No, I know. We're getting back together, so there's nothing to fucking worry about. I don't need to stress out. That's where you'll get two feelings. You'll know if you're in the knowing state because you won't be in the panic state, okay? Or the questioning and wondering state. Your emotional stance will be either excited or neutral. You won't be sad. You won't be depressed. You won't feel any of that shit. It'll be more of a neutral state or a excited state. Like how you were when you were, in a relationship. When you were with your SP, you weren't wondering. You weren't worried, questioning like until the end, but you weren't doing all that when it came to their feelings for you. If they wanted to be with you, obviously they did. That's why you're together. And so when you come from that expectation state, you're in a neutral state. You're not walking around. You were not in a relationship with your boyfriend crying all fucking day long, were you? I don't think so. You weren't in there all like self-deprecating all over yourself, were you? No, I don't think so. Okay. What's up, Josie? You won't do. It's right. Like Blackheart said, a person's manifest is very simple. It's only as complicated as you make it. But if you want to sit there and, hey, Lisa with the butterfly, you want to sit there and you want to know that it's done, that it's done. Because when you do that, you're not worrying about shit. You're not like, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, it's been 4 weeks. Where the fuck is it at? You're not doing that. Like I use the example all the time about your job. You know, and you expect to get paid to do your job. So you don't sit there every Thursday or the week of payday. You don't sit there on Monday and be like, God, am I going to get paid? Like, is that paycheck going to hit my fucking account? Am I going to get paid for the hours I put in? You don't do that. You don't sit there and question it. And then the closer it gets to payday, you're like, oh my God, is it really going to happen? Like, it's been like 2 weeks almost that I've been working and I haven't gotten paid. You don't do that, do you? No, you don't question it at all. You come into work, you do your job. And then when payday hits, oftentimes you don't even check your bank account. You don't check to see if your paycheck hit the account. Thanks, Kitty sister. I mean, now, when did you check? When do you ever check when money hits? When it's tax season, let's be frank. Okay, that's usually when you're like refreshing the bank app every fucking day. Every day. Because you don't know when you're going to get paid from the government. Although I'm telling you, they seem to be processing pretty quick all of a sudden when, like, what, a year ago, it took like forever, right? But that's the point. When you know certain things, you don't question it. You're not worried about it. You're not sitting there checking the 3D for validation. You're not doing any of that. You just expect. So therefore, you're very neutral about it. You're not panicked the day before payday wondering if it's going to hit your account. You're not doing that. Okay? The only time you would panic and worry and question is if payday came and went and you didn't get paid. Okay, because now that's something unexpected. Then that's when the worry comes in, when it's not expected. Okay, when things hit you from left field, right? Something happens to your car, breaks down, right? Your car breaks down all of a sudden. Okay, well, that's not expected. That's the unexpected. So because it's the unexpected, you worry, you stress, you panic. You're all up in your thoughts about it. How am I going to pay for this? Like, what the hell, right? That kind of demeanor. But when it's not, do you sit there when you get in your car every day and wonder if the shit's going to fucking turn on and if you're going to make it to work? No, you don't. You get in, turn on the fucking car and drive. That's it. You don't worry about none of that shit. That's because you expect it to work. Okay, you expect your car to drive. You expect to get paid. Whenever you wake up, you don't panic that you might not step on the floor. No, you expect gravity to hold your ass right in place. You don't sit there and wonder it. You don't question it. You don't give it a negative fucking thought. You just know, right? You don't wake up wondering if you're going to breathe because they might not be oxygen. You just know. It's those types of things that's manifesting is when you can come from a calm state and be emotionally stabilized, should I say. And you're just neutral to it or excited. Because excited, it's like knowing your wedding day, right? It's like having a wedding day picked out, and the closer it gets to your wedding day, you start to what? Panic? No. You start to get excited. You're not all sad. The closer it gets to your wedding day, you're getting sadder and sadder. No, you're starting to get more excited and so forth. And then you wake up that day on fire, right? So those should be the two emotions that you're experiencing when it comes to your SP, either a very neutral emotion or an excited emotion, not a depressed, worried, sad state, because that is a wanting state. That means it isn't here and I have lack. Something I don't have. This is why I want it. We want, yes, Brady, flip the thoughts to movement. We want it. Exactly. We don't want, but you have to stop wanting those certain things, okay? Trying to manifest friends that don't drain me. Okay, so manifest friends that don't drain you. I hope that was clear, by the way, before we proceed forward, is when you get into the state of expecting, it will come. The text will come. The no contact will be broken. The text will come. The phone call will come. The wanting to see you will come. The expressing their feelings will come. Them wanting to be in a relationship with you will come because you expect that from them. And if you're not expecting, it's because you're seeing the worst in that person. You're holding on to past conversations that allude to the opposite. Versus if you would start expecting something different, just know and tell yourself that I already know. I already know. That will push out because it's something that you know. Okay? Because that's what pushes out. What they call it, the law of expectancy. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Why don't you have the law of self-concept too? Right? The law of expectancy means you expect shit. That's it. And have you ever noticed that when you truly expect something, it comes? Have you noticed that? Look in your own life. Look in your own life. Don't ever take my word for it. When you expect something, you got it. Every time. Because you expected it. You didn't want it, right? But when you come from wanting a job, well, you may go on a lot of interviews because you want a job versus expecting to get every fucking job I apply for. Expecting to get a promotion instead of wanting a promotion and wondering why you get passed up year after year after year because you want that. I want to be back with my SP. No. I'm going to expect to be with my SP. And they will do all the things. They will do all the things. I already expect us to get back together. I already know we're getting back together. Tell yourself that. Because your subconscious mind's like, well, we already know this shit, so tell yourself that enough, then they're going to be like, well, we already know that, so I already know he loves me. I already know he loves me. I already know he's in love with me. Loving you and in love with you are two different things, by the way. A lot of people are told, I love you, but... Yeah, Brittany, I would say, yeah, you need to stop saying want, but you can say they want to do something, right? Because it's their idea. So it's like, no, he wants, he absolutely wants to be in a relationship with me. He absolutely wants to be with me and only me. Okay, because then that is creating like, now he wants that, like I really want that. Now he wants that. It's not you want something. He wants you and only you. And he may often say that like, look, I want you and only you. Like I literally only want to be with you. Of course. Because people chase what they want. People go after what they want. That's how you leverage the law. Okay, you don't go after what you want because you're the one that needs to be pursued, right? You're the one that needs to be on the pedestal. When you're on the pedestal, everyone wants you, not the other way around. Okay, so it's like, no, he wants to, he absolutely wants me. He wants me and only me. He wants to be with me forever. He literally wants to contact me right now. He cannot stop contacting me. He wakes up every day and wants to talk to me. He has to talk to me, right? That kind of stuff pushes out because now he wants to do something. He's the one when want creates lack and he chases you because he wants you. Okay? He wants to be with you. You don't want to be with him. It needs to be the other way around. Bella, if you want marriage with SP, can you do the photo method? Yes, you can. I don't know, Monica. I'm sure I did, but I have like 50. I haven't even messaged my brother back yet. He messaged me like 4 days ago for something. It was something stupid. I told a little white lie. And I got rid of these bikes that have been in my garage forever. My family likes to think I'm the storage unit. So my mom, she got this beach cruiser bike. First of all, she lives in a very hilly area. Okay. And so she got this beach cruiser bike for free. And she wanted me to store her bike. I had been storing it for a year and a half. She's never brought it up. She's not going to ride the bike. Me and her both know that. She didn't even know what color it fucking was. So I gave it away. But I made up a little white lie that my garage got broken into. So my brother is like, hey, I know someone broke into your garage, but did they take my box of memories for my son? I was like, oh yeah, Yeah, when somebody wants to break into a garage, they're like, where's the memory box? I haven't responded to him yet. No, Don, I don't think it's wrong to say his life is miserable without you. I don't think that's wrong at all. You know, if I knew where my boyfriend was going and I knew he was going out, I would tell myself that he's having the most miserable time of his life right now. Actually, he's completely miserable whenever he's not with me. And that would be proven true over and over again. Okay. In fact, I'm saying that now. He treats me like shit and doesn't love me. Oh. Okay, meh. He treats you like shit and doesn't love you, so I blocked him, but I still want him. Okay, cool. Well, you need to see a different side of him. You understand this. And Matt, I don't give a shit if he told you this out of his mouth, okay? Because he probably did. He's probably treating you like shit, one, because you think he's an asshole, or you think he treats you like shit, therefore he has to treat you like shit. If you think he's mean to you, he has to be mean to you. He doesn't have a choice if that's your assumption of him, if that's what you keep telling yourself. And every time he does that, all that's doing is furthering that assumption for you. So you need to tell something different. You need to be like, no, he's very loving to me. He treats me like a princess, not like shit, like a princess. You know who they should be treating like shit? Gutter trash. That's it, not you. They should be treating you like a queen. You know. So put this on, Matt, right now. Put this on right now. Okay, here. Let me give it to you. Here you go. Here you go. Put on. Put on. Right now. And start being a fucking queen. So he can treat you like the queen that you are. Because that's what you expect from him. Okay? And then he doesn't love you. He probably told you that. But the only reason why he told you he doesn't love you, and if he didn't tell you that, stop fucking assuming he doesn't, based on his actions. Okay? But if he told you that, he most likely told you that for one reason only. And that is because you, in your thoughts, questioned if he loved you based on his behavior. Okay? Based on the things that he was saying to you, the things that he was doing. You are like, I don't even think he loves me. He doesn't love me. Because if he loved me, he wouldn't treat me like this. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're going to get whatever you fucking tolerate. And I don't mean tolerate in your reality. I mean well, yes, I do mean tolerate in your reality. But whatever you allow from this person in your thoughts. He has to play his part, even if it means being a complete fucking asshole to you. I told you, the version of my SP that I got, very different than the version of my boyfriend that former gutter trash had. Very different, night and day. I didn't even recognize that person. I did not, and I told him that, and he didn't even recognize himself. And he would tell me that. He's like, I don't even recognize myself. Like, this is not who I am. Of course it's not. But he had to play that part because that was the part he was given by someone spiritually very much asleep. All right, Lindsay, last night my SP was at a party and I kept saying he's miserable without me there. He's only thinking of me. Yep, that's what I say. That's right. That's what I always say. Yes, Jasmine, I am. Hey, Soul. Hey, Casper, I saw your DM. I'll get back to you. Good, Lisa. I do too. I'm testing my theory again today because I accidentally did two at the same time. I'm not going to lie. Well, not the same time. I did the photo method for like 30 seconds. And then I did the thing that I told you I was testing out. And it manifested within probably 45 minutes. It was a short amount. I don't clock the fucking time. But it was like within an hour, a little over, well, when did I end this live yesterday? About an hour after this live ended is when it manifested. Okay, so I was like, well, there we go. There we go. But because I did both of them, I was like, Well, which one do I want to assume it was? It was, right? So I'm assuming that it was the new thing I'm testing for you guys. So I'm going to do it again today. I'm just not going to do the photo method at the same time. Because I'm good at the photo method, period. But that's because I expect certain behavior from my boyfriend. And I know certain things about him. But that's the same thing with you guys, is you have to know. You have to start expecting. Now I'm going to tell you fucking again. Could you, oh, Nadine, you got a picture up now, sister. Could you explain why some people will manifest the same thing, but one will get there sooner? Yeah, so Nadine, that all comes down to expectation. Okay, what do you know? Okay, what do you know? So like two people can manifest the exact same thing, but one gets it a lot quicker than the other. Why? Because couple different reasons. One, there's no resistance. One person didn't have as much resistance to it than the other person had. And two, they didn't suffocate it. They didn't worry about it. They knew. They were expecting. So they weren't questioning, wondering, wavering. They weren't doing any of that shit. So because of that, it came a lot faster than the person that's all in their freaking head about shit. Right? So when you're all in your head about things, and this is too, when you start knowing and expecting something different from your SP, do you know what that does to your resistance level? Lowers significantly, because you know this. What's there to resist, right? What's there to waver on? I know we're getting back together, period. So like, what's there to waver on? I've decided that this is exactly how the end of my movie, chapter 1, is playing out. There's nothing to worry about. Resistance drops. Do I discipline my mind still? Yes. But the resistance will drop. Because there's only resistance because you want something and it's not here. I want this really bad, right? Because you guys asked me before what resistance was. Resistance is wanting something, which is why most people will have resistance to SPs and money. Or business success, because they really want it. Like, this is something I really freaking want. I really want this. I really want this. And the more you want something, the higher the resistance. But when you go from wanting state to knowing state to expectation state, then the resistance drops, because you know, just like you knew how they felt about you one time and you didn't question that shit. So stop doing it now. Stop doing it now. Nadine, okay, so if you've been manifesting for a while and your specific desires always took less than 2 months, leverage that. Refine and be like, okay, I manifest everything I want in less than 2 months or in 7 days. Period. And that will become true for you. It's not hard for you to create that assumption if you've already proven to yourself that you can do it in less than 2 months. Okay? You can now take all your manifestations and group them there too. Haley, what's the number one thing people don't realize they're doing that's delaying their manifestation? Thinking against it. I mean, I think that they know they're doing it. I don't think there's a lot of things people don't realize they're doing. But I'd say probably the one thing that is exactly why we're talking about this topic now. The one thing that people don't realize they're doing that's delaying is they're coming from a place of wanting. And that's lack. Meaning you don't have. Okay? So the more you want something, the more you don't have it. The more resistance is there. So while you're affirming and doing all of these things, it takes a while. I'm not saying it will never happen. That's not true. But it can take a little bit longer because you have a lot of things you have to get over. And one is the resistance level. Okay. So that's why I always suggest manifesting in steps, because then you lower that every time they do something, that resistance level lowers. And then they do something else or they do it again, it lowers even more. But how do you get through the resistance wall being here, and how do you quickly move it to here, right? Instead of taking like, do you want to take like, do you want to take the fucking staircase down 15 floors, or do you want to take the elevator, right? So that speeds it up. And the only way you're going to be taking the elevator is by coming from a place of knowing, because that's what manifests. Okay. Or having a random thought that you never thought about again. Okay. Because usually it's the negative shit. You're not knowing the negative shit. Okay. But the positive stuff, you have to come from a place of knowing. The negative shit, you're not knowing, but you said it once and never thought about it again. And that, and why does that manifest? Because you weren't coming from a place of expectation, but you had no resistance to it. So therefore it manifested quickly, right? That's the only reason why when you get into expectation, it manifests. The knowing is what manifests. And that's because the resistance is dropped. Okay. And so we have to find ways to work within ourselves that will drop that resistance, which is why the negative shit seems to manifest rather quick, because you had no resistance to it. You didn't think about it again. You thought about it one time. And they were like, no, that's fucking stupid. And then it manifests. That's why. Just like you can manifest a front row parking spot, all green lights, things like that. Which is why I tell you guys to do shit like that, because that shit reminds you of who you are, but makes it fun for you. Okay, makes it fun for you. So you're over here proving your innate ability. Okay. If you guys want to know if you have resistance or what's holding you back from your SP, ask your subconscious mind. You don't need to hire a psychic when you could just ask your subconscious mind and then change the trajectory, right? Your subconscious mind knows what's holding you back. It knows if you insist on going digging for blocks, you don't need to dig for blocks. But if you insist on getting some kind of confirmation about what's holding your manifestation back or what's standing in your way, ask your fucking subconscious mind. Ask your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind will know. Okay, the sway test is there for you guys to check with your subconscious mind. Am I in alignment? Am I in alignment with what I want? Right? So do I really believe that we're going to get back together? Right? So when you get up and you do that, if you don't know what the sway test is, it's where you stand up, you put your feet together, and you ask your subconscious mind, will me and Brian get back together? Will me and Brian get back together? Hold on. Let me take a step back. When you do the sway test, you need to ask yourself something that you know to be true about yourself. So I'm wearing a black bathrobe. You will find yourself swaying a certain direction because that is something that's true for you. That is a yes. Okay, that's your yes answer. Now, I have a pink Stanley cup. If I was to sit there and say, I have a white Stanley cup, that's not true. So your subconscious, you will start to sway the opposite direction. It could be front, forward, and backward. It could be sideways. It could be diagonal. You don't know. You'll know what your yes and no answer is because you say one thing you know to be true and one thing you know not to be true. And your subconscious mind will rock one way versus the other. That's your yes or your no answer. So that's your baseline. So now this is when you ask your subconscious mind what you want to know the answer to. Okay, will me and Brian get back together? You'll start to sway in a certain direction. If you're not swaying at all, that is because you are conflicted in your subconscious mind. Part of you says yes, part of you says no. We don't know. So therefore you don't move. Okay. Now, if you're swayed to a no, does that mean you're not going to get back together? No, it does not. Okay. What it means is, okay, so in my subconscious mind, I'm not actually knowing we're getting back together. Okay. I don't actually believe that. That's not something that I actually believe yet. So therefore that's feedback. Now, if it sways to the yes, then that's good. That's good because that means that you know that. Now, like, okay, yeah, so I do actually have the expectation or know that we're eventually going to get back together. You could ask your subconscious mind specific questions. You can be like, will we get back together in 2 weeks, 1 week, whatever. And your subconscious mind will rock a certain direction. because it's what you know. It's where you're at in your thought process, in your assumptions, okay? Then you can also ask your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind knows everything about you. It's your inner bestie, okay? So you can literally sit there. You can literally sit there and say, you can say, do I have anything blocking? Do I have anything blocking me from manifesting, Brian back? You'll get it. This isn't the sway test. This is you just asking your subconscious mind. Okay. You'll get an answer. It's the first thing that pops into your head without you thinking about it. Okay. It's the first, if you say like, do I have any blocks between me and Brian? If you get a yes, if that's the first thing that pops in your mind, you say, what is it? Listen. Don't think about it. You literally, when you say, what is it? It's the first thing that pops into your mind. When you think about it, that is your conscious mind. That's the analyzer, the logical thinker, okay, the thinking part of your mind. But the subconscious mind knows exactly what's holding you back. Your subconscious mind knows everything that's in your thought process. Your subconscious mind knows all of your assumptions. It knows every one of your assumptions. Okay. You could ask your subconscious mind, do I have any negative assumptions about Brian? First thing that pops in mind, yes or no? Okay. If it said no, great. Job done. But if the first thing that pops in your mind says yes, say, what is it? Listen to the answer. You'll get an answer. And it doesn't have to make sense to you. And that's what you have to know. It does not have to make sense to you. Okay? If it doesn't make sense, but your subconscious mind knows the answer. And then that's where you'll know. What do I need to work on? Oh, okay, yeah, I have that. Oh, I have that assumption about my SP. That's a problem. Okay. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Your subconscious mind is like your fucking fortune teller, if you will. Okay. It's your own psychic. It knows where you're at. But don't get your panties in a fucking bunch if you do this, okay? If you do this, do not get your panties in a fucking bunch and be like, oh my God, it said this. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's feedback like everything else. This is feedback. And now you're like, okay, I thought I was doing great on this, but this popped up. So let me handle that shit real quick. Okay? Or you can also just tell your subconscious mind, because remember, your subconscious mind takes direction. Okay? Takes you at your word. It doesn't have an opinion of its own. So let's say you have negative assumptions about your SP. You can also give your subconscious mind permission to let it go. Like, what do I need to learn? What do I need to learn from this? That we can let this go easily and effortlessly. You get the learning. You understand it's no different than when we did the negative emotions. Okay. You get the learning and then you say, okay, subconscious mind, I give you permission to let that go. Let's adapt the learning and let it go. And now it's adapted the learning and let it go. And it's let it go. Same with negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, Limiting beliefs is all the same thing. There's a lesson to be learned. You didn't learn it. Ask the subconscious mind what the lesson to be learned is. And then let it go. Apply the learning, right? Because your subconscious mind is that of a 7-year-old. So it's like your child. Okay. So you say, subconscious mind, it's okay for you to apply the learning now and let it go. Boom. Job done. Takes you at your word. Says, yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's let it go. Do I have any resistance to Brian right now? No. Okay, great. Yes. What is it? If you get an I don't know, say, I understand you don't know, but if you did know, what would it be? And it will tell you. We don't have to go digging for the shit. You don't have to consciously go and try and remember, because you're not going to. When we affirm and when we conscious create, you're consciously creating. But it needs to get into the subconscious mind too, to create the assumptions. So the more you can learn to listen to your inner bestie, your subconscious mind, the quicker you can bypass the conscious mind and get that shit in there. Because that's where it has to go. That's where it has to go. Your identities are all at the subconscious level. So it has to change. It has to change. I tell you guys that every day you walk in front of the fucking mirror, every time you walk in front of the mirror, you should say 5 I am statements. I am perfect. I am perfect. Or I am perfection. I'm a I'm a badass bitch. I am sexy as fuck. I am desired. I am always chosen by the ones that I want. Say something to yourself. Every time you look in front of that mirror, say an I am statement. Say 5. That's my stretch you. Say 5 of them. They don't have to be different every time. In fact, I think that they should be the same every time because it's repetition, right? Repetition. You understand, if you have one of these or more, how often you go to the bathroom, bitch? Has anyone ever weighed themselves after going to the bathroom? I can't be the only one. But in all seriousness, though, you need to get used to asking your subconscious mind because it knows the answer. So what the fuck are you trying to figure that shit out for when you can get it in 2 seconds? It's like going to the library and looking for the book, or going online, typing that shit in and pre-ordering. I'd much rather do that. Although I have to order Amazon Fresh today. And I'm like, where's the fucking search bar for Amazon Fresh? I don't want to go digging through all the produce to find the mushrooms. I have a mushroom addiction, by the way. Stuffed mushrooms are so fucking bomb. I should make them now. I'm making tuna. This is on a total side note. I'm making tuna because my boyfriend's not home. So therefore because it smells the house up, right? Tuna cakes. Is that a thing? I think that's a thing, isn't it? I don't fucking know. Anyway, I heard when the affirming gets boring, your manifestation is right around the corner. Is that true? If you want to assume it's true, everything is an assumption. Everything is an assumption. I would choose to assume that that's true. Okay. Is that true in my experience? I'll tell you my experience. In my experience, is that true? Yes. And the reason for that is because it's not like it's getting boring. It's getting natural for you. Okay. So it's becoming, this is why they call it robotic affirming, right? Because at some point it just becomes like you're just saying it, right? So it could appear that it's getting boring, but it's just becoming natural for you. And that's because you're shifting your state into expectation, into knowing. So when you know something, your affirming starts to get neutral. And that does mean that your manifestation is here. So when you step into the knowing, boom, it shows up. Manifestation is not a long, drawn out ass process. Okay. There's nowhere in the books does it sit there and say it is going to take 12 months. If you want an SP, it's going to take about 8 months. If you want money, it's going to take, about 12 months. There's nothing that says that shit because time is an illusion. Okay. Time is an illusion. And when you do, because time is an illusion, all manifestation's instant. Okay. The manifestation's instant when you know, boom, it pops up. So that's where I want you guys to start telling yourself that. I already know we're getting back together. I already know this. Okay. Because lower the resistance. Okay. Kassane. Sup, girl? What should I do if my SP is literally going on dates with another idiot that I hate? Well, Kassane, why don't you control the narrative there? So if you know that they're going on dates with somebody that you hate, be like, he is miserable. Like every time he goes on a date with this bitch, he's fucking miserable, like completely miserable. They have the worst time ever. Like, all they do is argue. He literally hates her even more than I do. She's fucking crazy. They argue all the damn time. And every time every time they're together, he is miserable. Mm-hmm. You will get confirmation of that. Just letting you know. Thanks, Tori Vega. I'm sure, and I can see your picture. I mean, it's very small, but you are beautiful too. Hey, Elena, sister. I usually don't comment, but I'm having a a bit of a rough one today. Is this normal? It depends, J Rose. What's a bit of a rough one today? In my experience in working with you guys, is you guys, a lot of people tend to struggle on the weekends. A lot of people tend to struggle on the weekends. And that is because you have more time on your hand. Okay? During the week, you're typically busy working, doing all these things. And then on the weekends, you're not working, unless you're in retail. Then on the weekends, you're not working. And so you have a lot of time. Plus, a lot of you guys live alone, right? Because you aren't with your SPs. So you're not working, and now you have nothing but time to be in your thoughts. So that's typically why you'll have a rough one. But that's okay. It's okay. Not every day is in a perfect world, we'd never have a bad day, right? But realistically, you're going to have up and down days. This is life in general. But you need to be equipped to get yourself out of a rough one because you put yourself in problem state, not a good day state. Okay? And when you do that, it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you at all. Versus, okay, well, today's not a good day, but that's okay because I got time to get the shit right because there's a delay. So I got time to get it right. So I'm just going to shift my state. If I got to go for a walk, clear the air, breathe, then that's what I'm going to do. Then that's what I'm going to do. If I got to go, talk to a bestie on the phone and be like, hey, bitch, by the way, you're going to be staying on the phone with me for 8 hours. Why? Because I need to. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But, okay, but that's where you want to give yourself some grace. Okay, don't beat yourself up over it. Is it normal? Yeah, I mean, everybody has bad days, right? But don't let your thoughts spiral. Don't let your thoughts spiral against what you want, okay? Keep it in check. Keep it in check. Well, that's what I was making today. French onion soup. I told you guys, my parents have an addiction to senior food pantries. Which is my benefit, because then they give me a gang of produce, and produce be expensive in these streets. As much as I eat it, like a bag of lettuce doesn't last very long. And so she gave me like a shit ton of onions, enough for me to open up a farmer's market stand. I'm just kidding. It's such an over-exaggeration, but there's 8 of them. And so I was like, what am I going to do with all these onions? French onion soup, bitch, is the natural arrangement. But am I weird? I don't eat it with bread. I don't like soggy ass bread. So I make cheese bread and then I put it on top and eat. Or I'll just put the cheese in the thing and we'll just have a melted cheese and onion soup. French onion soup with melted cheese on top. Fuck the bread. Who needs the bread? It's just soggy. Just in case you want to know how I eat my French onion soup. All right, Lisa, I just asked my sub, said me, not him, being stubborn at all. Today's eye-opening. Good. That's what it's all about. Dua, if you're on here, yes, we can chatty chat. I manifest him to come back and he does. Then he pulls back again. What am I doing wrong? User 10480. What you're doing wrong is you're not selecting. First of all, you're not selecting the version of your SP that you want. Okay. It's not about manifesting your SP back. It's about manifesting the SP back that you want. Okay. So you need to select the version of your SP that's perfect for you. Okay. By describing that your SP that way. When you describe your SP that way, then you are selecting the version of them that you want. Now, you also have to understand that when they come back around, oftentimes I try to set you guys up for success, is oftentimes it's hot and cold behavior. Okay. Bits and pieces of old version, bits and pieces of new version. So you have to persist with only new version, perfect SP. Second thing you need to do, is that the first, I don't know, second or third thing you're doing wrong, is you are reverting back to the way you ran your relationship the first time. You can't do that. Okay, you can't do that. Nobody talks about this except for me, of course. I'm the only one that talks about this because you have to break patterns, because I know how the subconscious mind works. Okay. Manifestation is not like, well, you've been subconsciously manifesting, right? But most people that teach manifestation, their background is not in the subconscious mind. So they don't understand how manifestation works, but they don't understand how the subconscious mind works. There's a difference. Okay. Because when you understand both, then you're very much in control. Okay. Because now you know how to control your subconscious mind too. And there's a difference. So your subconscious mind runs off of patterns. Okay. Everything in your life is based off of patterns and processes. So if you want something different when your SP is here, the second time around, you have to break the patterns. So it's like he comes back and now he's pulling back again. No. So last time he did this, what was your thought process about it? And then it pushed out. So this is your chance to break pattern. So he's pulling back. Okay, no, come on back as perfect SP, right? I'm going to describe my SP as nothing but perfect. I'm going to persist in perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend, best relationship. Perfect boyfriend, best relationship, okay? Then, and you're going to do that when you see them pulling back. Second, instead of acknowledging them pulling back and getting in your thoughts, because that's what happened the first time they started to pull back, you got all fucked up here. No. Now that's when the discipline comes in. So now instead of spiraling in your thoughts and thinking about the negative, you're now going to be like, absolutely not. In fact, whatever he's going through only brings us closer together. Like, no, he contacts me all day, every day. I'm his favorite person. Okay. You're going to control the narrative when they start to pull back. You need to change the narrative, but mainly if you'll describe them differently, you should see a very big turnaround and very fast. Okay. You understand that when you guys all understand that when it doesn't take a long time to change your SP. It literally is instant. It's like they wake up tomorrow, a whole nother fucking person. If you'll see them as the version of them that you want consistently. Oh, look at that, Danielle. Look at that bitch. That's because you're the most sought after mortgage broker in all of San Diego County. Do you see how quickly that worked out? So in case you guys don't know, Danielle is a coaching client of mine, and she's working on SP and business success, and we speak weekly. And so it's not even up to a whole week yet of the second call where I gave her the identity. I didn't give it to her. I told her to start identifying herself as the top mortgage broker. That's an I am statement. That's an identity. I am the top mortgage broker in my area, in my county. Well, now she's got 2 mortgage applications plus a purchase. When her story before was there's lots of, Lisa, hopefully you're paying attention. Her story before was there's lots of competition. Everybody does what I do. And business is slow. When you stop identifying business as being slow and start identifying yourself as being the best, see how quickly things happen? Come on, guys. Come on. This is not something that should take you guys a million fucking years. I told you guys. It's my stretch to you that if I should start taking a tally. Because if you don't have your SP back in less than 12 months, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. And think I'm playing. Go ahead, think I'm playing. Because I will block you and I'll be like, that's it. You're obviously not listening. Blocked. Yeah. I know that's a trigger for you guys, being blocked. And I will play. Did you miss the part where I said I will play off of your insecurities all day long? Whatever I got to do to help you bitches out. Yeah, see, Danielle says, after our call this week, they called me out of the blue. Of course they did. Of course they did. Business success is fun. It's fun. When you can literally sit there and be like, I sign new clients up every day. Who gives a fuck how they come? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I feel the answer in my bones when it comes to my SP. It's undeniable. Good, Ma. Good. Then you should see movement quickly. You should see movement quickly. If you know, then you know. But do you know eventually, or do you know now? Right? Because a lot of you guys will say that. Like, I know that we're going to be back together. I know that one day, for sure. For sure. And you'll say with conviction, like, I just know that we're going to wind up together. Yeah, but when? Yeah, but when? 20 fucking years from now, after he has a whole nother family and everything, and then you guys come back together? Because that happens to people. Because people know that they're meant to be together, right? When you know that you're meant to be with someone, that could be today. That could be 50 fucking years from now. The fuck? No. I want it now. Okay? Remember that. As if it works, I just tried it. Angie, you absolutely ruined it with yours. I started posting things like I don't care, and now he stays offline. What? I'm waiting for the part where you said you ruined it, bitch. How the fuck did you ruin it? You did not absolutely ruin it with yours. Why? Because he's staying offline? In my opinion. See, this is how you guys look at it. You guys look at shit like a negative thing. Like, everything just goes to the negative. Versus, this is how I would have read this. Okay, I was just trying to scratch something off my phone. It was a fucking word. Okay, this is how I would have handled this and my thought process. I would have been like, yeah, I posted things like, I don't care, now he stays offline. Of course he does, because he's obsessed with me. And every time he goes on my social media, he can't get enough of me. So it's easier for him just to stay offline. Because he obviously cares. He obviously gives a shit. If someone didn't care, why would they get offline? Know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. They would instead not give a shit. They'd still be online. They wouldn't care. But when you get a reaction from someone, that's because they care. And I'm petty, so I'll post shit online. What do I give a fuck for? Last night, my SP said they need me to spam their phone because they think they're losing me. But is spamming forcing the 3D? No, Emmy. It depends on your definition of spamming, okay? But he says that, so you can frame this, because who the fuck wants to do that, okay? And on top of that, you have to look at, there's a double side to this equation, okay? There's a double assumption that can be created here, and one which will not benefit you, okay? So that's why I'm going to make you aware of it. So if you go off of what this man says, what your SP is constantly telling you, then you're going to rack your brain, okay? So it's like your SP said they need you to spam their phone because they think they're losing me. Okay. So if that's the case, then here's the problem. What if you're busy at work one day? What if you're literally busy at work and you can't message him all day long? Then he's going to pull back because you're creating the assumption based on what he told you that he thinks that they're going to lose you if you don't blow their shit up every day. Okay? So spamming isn't forcing the 3D because he literally told you to message him often. But who's in control here? You or him? Are you on the pedestal or is he? Okay, I think it's, I'm not going to say you or him is on that pedestal, in my opinion, based on your conversations. I'd say it's almost equal. Almost equal. Because what's happening is he's afraid of losing you, but yet at the same fucking time, he's got gutter trash. I'm like, well, the fuck? So it's like, so instead I would change in the description of him that he is constantly messaging you. The fuck is the other way around for? No, he's constantly messaging you. And every day he doesn't message you throughout the day, he's afraid of losing you. That's how I would flip it around. Or that he's very confident, safe, and secure in your relationship. And he has to talk to you all the time. He's constantly messaging you. He's very safe. He's very secure in our relationship. And he'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now, including kicking gutter trash to the curb. Because right now, this man is in control. No. But look at it as flattery at the same time. But stay in control. Thanks, Whiplash. Look at my bathrobe today. It's not even fucking cold, but it's Sunday. So there's that. Okay, what if you are seeing what you don't want to see from him yet, but you guys still have to talk? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Blood Red. You will see it turn around, but you have to be consistent. Okay, you have to be consistent in the version of him that you want, because you still talk, but you can't react. You can't react. Okay, because you will see what you want from him if you will stop, one, justifying and explaining his behavior now, two, reacting in your thoughts based on his behavior, describing him as being rude, standoffish, avoidant, whatever is matching his behavior. And three, persistent perfect version. You'll see the turnaround. You'll see him come around. You'll see him talking very sweet, loving, nice to you. That's the thing. All of you guys that should be a fucking requirement on your behalf. Is how do you want to be treated? Well, that's not how this motherfucker is. This is where you can make some shit up, okay? So you have a lot of the things that you love about this person, but we have some things that need improvement on. That's where you make the shit up and say, okay, well, first of all, let's take my honey out of the equation real quick. Okay? Let's take my SP out of the equation and let me ask my whole ass self, what the fuck do I even want in a relationship? Right? Because we date for a reason. Eventually we want to get married to this person, right? So what do I want in a perfect marriage? Well, that's not who this guy is. That's who my SP now, that's who the fuck he is. I don't want toxic. I don't want disrespect. I don't want him to be mean to me. I don't want any demeaning me, whatever, being controlling, all of that shit. I don't want any of that. So let me go ahead and add in my description of you exactly what the fuck I expect from you. Behavior wise, attitude wise, right? Take a look at your descriptions and see, do I cover different aspects? Do I cover how he treats me, behavior? Is there in my description of my SP, do I have feelings? Do I have attitude? Is something covered in there about fucking an attitude? How I expect him to behave, how I expect him to speak to me? Right? who I want and what kind of personality traits do I expect my SP to have. And I don't care if he's never been that way before in your life. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay? Ray Lynn. Oh, that's a good one. Can you still manifest if the tarot cards say the complete opposite? Fuck the tarot cards. Raylan, that is my answer to you. Fuck the tarot cards. You should not listen to the tarot cards unless it's something you want to fucking hear. If it's not something you want to hear, be like, I don't think so. Rejected. Rejected. Okay? Because the tarot cards are not, future predictors, if you will. You can choose to believe the cards or not believe the cards. That's your choice. But I had a client who got a tarot card reading in January, and the tarot card reader told her that you were going to get a breakup in February. He was going to break up with her. Care to guess what happened in February? He broke up with her. Was the tarot card reader correct? No. No. Your assumption about the reading is what manifested. That's it. She wasn't right or wrong. She gave an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. You can choose to accept someone's opinion or reject it. And if their opinion isn't in alignment with what I want, fuck you. Fuck your opinion. Bye. Okay? Because all that happened when she got that tarot card reading is the entire month of January, she worried about it. She counted down the days. All she could think about is the fact that he was going to break up with her. Then, God forbid, February 1st hit. February 1st hit, she was even more in her feelings about it. And that's all she could think about. And boom, the breakup. And she was like, the tarot card reader was right. I said, no, your assumption of the reading is what manifested. It wasn't the tarot card reader. The Eight of fucking Swords. I don't even know what that card means. It's like, I have a tarot card deck. I have no idea how to use them. My spiritual friend tried to tell me, and I was like, okay, I'll just go what I see online. Knock, knock, knock. And then a card falls out. And I look at the card, I'm like, is this where my intuition is supposed to kick in? I'm not sure. So I just read the back of the card. And then I have no idea. Okay, Haley, I'm not the only one that weighs myself. So does that make sense, Raylan? Yeah, stuffed portobello mushrooms, James. Pizza ones are fucking bomb. I used to make portobello pizzas, and they're freaking bomb. Portobello mushroom, pizza sauce, cheese, pepperonis, or whatever you want. And now you get yourself a whole little healthy pizza, and they're delicious. Anyway, that was such a side note. But Raylan, so hopefully that answers your question. Fuck what the tarot card reader said. Do not acknowledge that, okay? And know that you're what manifests. Your assumptions are what's manifesting, okay? You're the manifestor, not the tarot card. So unless it's what I want to hear, do you think in a million years I'm going to put the fate of my relationship in a card? No. No. That's like saying I'm never going to work ever a day in my life. I'm going to take this $2. I'm going to be homeless tomorrow. But the Mega Millions jackpot is tonight. And I'm going to do nothing but buy one ticket. And my entire living situation is banking on this fucking ticket. No, I'm not going to do that shit. Okay? So you have to understand the same thing is, now I'm not saying, now don't get me wrong. I listen to that shit. I listen to little tarot. I told you guys to do this. Go on YouTube. Like, go on YouTube. There's a couple tarot card readers out there. But just watch the shorts. They have less than 3 minutes to tell you they're skinny, to tell you they're shit, right? So if you watch the shorts, there's a lot of them on there that it's all about what you want to hear. It's all what you want to hear. I watch them all the time. Where I'll be like, we're doing a card reading today. right? And you can see the cards. And it's like, he is going to confess his love to you. You're all he could think about. Like all these things. And I'm like, yeah, that's damn right. That's damn right. Yep. That's me. Yep. That's the only tarot card reading I'm listening to. Now, if they're like, sorry, you're not going to be together. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You must have gotten my cards confused with someone else's. Because that ain't my future. So, there's that. I certainly would not. Never. Now, don't get me wrong. Because trust and believe, I'm going to believe that tarot card reader. I'm going to believe that tarot card reading 1000% if it's everything I want to hear. Because I know my assumptions manifest. So because I know my assumptions manifest, I'm like, hell yeah, that's absolutely gold. That is correct. That is correct. And they'd be like, can you kindly tell me when this is all supposed to be transpiring? Oh, next week? Got it. That's the only thing I'm listening to. So, what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? SP and Gutter Trash are now engaged to be married by the end of 2026. I don't think so. The only person that SP is getting engaged to is you. That's it. You're the only one that man is marrying. I don't know what other person. I don't think so. I don't think so. Stop doing that. Okay? You need to stop. Look, you're right regardless of what you fucking want. You're right regardless. So do you want to be right that they're engaged and happy together and want to get married by the end of the year? Or do you want to believe that, no, actually the engagement's completely been called off and she's found someone else and she's moved on? Either way, you're right. So what do you want to be right about? You cannot continue to focus on your current fucking situation with, you understand that you're keeping them together. In fact, you're doing this like you're bringing them closer together. When you're supposed to fucking do this, bitch. You're supposed to build a wedge, not bring them closer together. And I know you're doing that because you're thinking about current situation. You're viewing her as the obstacle between you and SP. And now you're thinking about them and how happy they are together when that should be you and all of this shit. And you're keeping them together. You're bringing them even closer to fucking together. People don't marry people they fucking hate. Do they? No. So instead, you need to tell yourself the opposite. Like, no, he hates her. They hate each other. They literally hate each other. He never loved her. He's never loved anyone but me. You need to tell yourself the opposite, and you need to do that shit now. Or you may as well just get a ticket to their fucking wedding. What's your pleasure? In fact, if you don't turn this shit around now in your thoughts, soul, you should just go ahead and ask if you can officiate the wedding. Because you're what caused it. Get it together. Luckily for you, it's fucking April. Who gives a shit? Fuck, a lot happens in 1 month, let alone 8. Oh, I see how quick I did that fucking math real quick? Evolving. A lot happens. Weddings get called off all the fucking time. All the time. Weddings get called off. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because the only person that man's marrying at the end of the year is you, bitch. And you need to start telling yourself that shit. You need to stop breathing life into SP and gutter trash. And the only time you should ever be thinking about SP and gutter trash is if it's worst case scenario. Do you understand? There you go, Abby. Well, not only are you going to keep yourself distracted, bitch, but you're going to be making some more money. It's the anxiety for me of what he will say or do regarding the relationship between us. Okay, Lisa, let's be frank. Lisa with the butterfly. Let's be frank, bitch. This man has been asking you every single day for like, what, the past fucking week? He's practically, I want you to take a look at the context of his messages. Take a look at what he's saying. He's practically begging you to make a decision, not verbally, bitch, not verbally. He's left the entire ball in your court. If you look at his messages, read between the lines. He's literally like, I need you in your mind, in your thoughts to fucking decide where this relationship is going. I need you right now to decide that shit in your mind, because until you decide that in your mind, I'm unsure. That's literally what he's saying. And he's verbalizing to you like, we need to decide. He's like, I need to know what the plan is. That's all you. The second you know what the fucking master plan is, so will he. So will he. So I need you right now to, in your mind, decide. No. Exactly what he's going to say and exactly what the status of your relationship is. Know that, and he will know that too. Well, Shiv, accidents happen, mistakes happen, right? Mistakes happen. So you need to decide. You need to decide, because you're the operant power. You're the operant power. People co-parent all the time. I made the decision to leave my child's father when I was pregnant. When do you usually find out? Let's see. I think it was like, I don't know. My daughter, she was a score. My daughter, she was always no, I don't want to use that word. She's always been control, keeping me on my toes. Because when you go find out what the gender of your baby is, I was that person. If you think I'm going to wait till the fucking late, no, I'm not going to do all that. I wanted to know. I wanted to know what I was having. I was so excited. I wanted a girl so bad. And I go to find out. And what does she want to do? Not tell me. This is my daughter. She's like, no, bitch. Better luck next time. Keep guessing. They were like, she won't move. She won't move to show what she is. And I was like, damn, that sounds like my daughter. And I cried in the parking lot because I wanted so badly to know. Then I went and gave birth, and I'm weird. I begged for a C-section. I was like, can we do a C-section? Call this shit a day. And they were like, huh? They're like, no. I was like, why? I thought that was a thing. I could just make a reservation. They were like, no, it's not a thing. This is all natural for you, bitch. And then, of course, I found out, which I changed the assumption of this. And guess what? I don't have a curved spine. But apparently the epidural only worked on half my body and not the other half. And so I was asking them, I said, so how long is this going to take? They were like, it could take several hours. I was like, women with children know the pain you go through. The epidural doesn't really do shit. But the pain you go through, and I was like, several hours? You got me all the way fucked up if you think this is taking me several hours. I don't think so. I said, she'll be out in 30 minutes. She'll be out in 30 fucking minutes. And me and my mom took a wager. We should have bet cash, but we didn't bet cash on when she would be born. And of course I won. And when do you think she was out? 30 fucking minutes. Yeah, it's a quick labor, super quick. She was out 30 minutes, ready to walk into this world. And then me, I was ready to get up 2 seconds after. And they were like, you can't get up. I was like, oh yeah, watch me. Here I was getting up. I was like, this girl got to move. So, in case you guys care to, know all about that. Everyone knows I don't believe in the tarot card reader shit. Again, unless it's what I want to hear. There is actually some people that do. The only tarot card readers I'll respect, well, let's be frank, the only tarot card reader I'll respect is in my community. Okay, she's actually in our community. But that's because she does it, but she also tells people that if you don't like the reading, you have the power to change it, right? That I respect. I don't respect people that are like, it's my word or the highway, bitch. Take it or leave it. And then just give the reading. That is that they let them know if this is not what you want to hear, you can change it, right? That's all. That's the only thing I'll respect. Got to let them know up front. How can I make my rich boyfriend... How can I make my rich boyfriend believe that I truly love him, not only for money? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I like how that was worded. That I truly love him, not only for the money. That's an added bonus. Okay, in all seriousness, though, let me ask you, let me answer your question. You have to create that assumption, okay? You need to start describing him that way, and understand that you have your assumptions of him, which is why he reflects those assumptions. But in his reality, he also has assumptions about you, okay? So you can verbalize till you're fucking blue in the face. It doesn't matter, okay? Also, like, you can try and tell him that you're not with him for the money all you want. It doesn't matter. Because understand, he also has a history with women too, okay? So this is where I talked yesterday that you have assumptions about your SP, that your SP has assumptions about you. But you also have assumptions about genders as a whole. Okay, so same with them. So your boyfriend most likely in the past has had many experiences, because it's based on his assumptions as well, that women are only with him for the money. Okay, for what he can do for them. So because of that, what does he attract? Woman after woman after woman after woman that are with him for the money. Because that's what he believes. Because he would have only had maybe one relationship that ended up being a gold digger. So now when he got in his next relationship, he started carrying the past experience into this one. She also ended up being with him for the money. Now it's an assumption, 2 times an assumption. So now every relationship he's been in, it's that way, because that's his assumption about women in general, because that's been his experience. So instead, you want to tell yourself that he thinks I am perfect. He knows that I am with him. And this can be a part of how you describe him, is he knows that I'm with him because I love him. Money has nothing to do with our relationship. Money has nothing to do with my feelings towards my boyfriend, and he knows it. Okay? That's what you need to do. You need to change your inner conversations. And I don't care how many times this man tells you. And you can argue with him and you can try to verbally convince him all you want. You're never going to, because it's an assumption of his. When you verbalize, it's a command. When you do it internally, right? We don't verbalize, we internalize. And when you internalize, it's now his idea. That's where the magic happens. So you don't need to convince him here. You do it here. Because now he looks at you differently. And now there's no convincing at all. He knows you're with him because you love him, not for the money. Okay? Your relationship has nothing to do with money. But in the meantime, bitch, enjoy the luxuries of life at the same time. I'm just saying. Enjoy all the lovely gifts. Pookie Dookie. Can you manifest your SP to behave like a whole different person? Yes. It's like, literally, I say yes, I laugh, because that's the growing trend every day in all these lives. It's a growing trend. Okay. You're crashing out over Where he's been this weekend, the local rodeo we'd always go to together. I'm confused, Shelly. Are you crashing out about where he's been this weekend? Like, you know he's at the fucking rodeo? Girl, he's at a rodeo. You ain't got shit to worry about. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I used to say that my boyfriend would wear certain clothes. And I'd be like, have a good time out, honey. I ain't got shit to worry about. It's totally fine. He'd be like, why? I'm like, have you seen that outfit? It's just my personality. But anyway, in all seriousness, no, Shelly, what are you talking about? If you know he's at the local rodeo, what the fuck are you tripping out about? What are you crashing out about if you know he's there? Now, if you don't know where he's at, then why don't you decide now where the fuck he's at? At the rodeo and everything at that rodeo. Like, let's say you know he's at the rodeo. Instead of crashing out, you should be like, everything at that rodeo, because that's something you'd always go to together. Everything at that rodeo reminds him of me. Everything. Everything he's doing this weekend, no matter who he's with, where he's at, or what he's doing, everything this weekend is reminding him of me. That's what you need to fucking tell yourself. Instead of worrying about what the fuck he's doing this weekend at the local rodeo, other than watching bulls. Isn't that what they do at the rodeo? Is watching bulls, okay? Yeah, every time he sees a bull, he wants to bulldoze you when he gets home. That's what you need to fucking tell yourself. That's what you need to fucking tell yourself. Do you understand? Like, fill in the blanks, bitch. What do you want him to be doing this weekend? How do you want him to feel this weekend? What do you want him to be thinking about this weekend? What do you want him to be thinking about all the goddamn fucking time? What kind of time do you want him to be having this weekend? You're in control of all of that. He's actually he regrets even going to the rodeo this weekend because everything reminds him of us being together. Like, everything reminds him of me. And right now, this is the worst weekend of his life because all he's doing is missing me and remembering all the great times we have at this rodeo together. Yeah, that's what the fuck he's doing this weekend is nothing, not a goddamn thing. Having the worst weekend of his life. That's what he's doing. Why? Because all he can think about is me. Like, literally everything reminds him of me. He's just so miserable right now because he just doesn't want to be there unless we're together. That's it. No user 93939. Is it a bad that you're missing them while affirming? No, you guys understand this. You guys are supposed to be like, you're supposed to be missing that person. This is missing is not a bad thing. You miss them when they're gone for the night. You miss them when they're at work during the day. You miss them when they're out of town on business. Like in a relationship, you miss them when you're not together. So missing them now is not a bad thing. Okay, I don't know where all of a sudden it's like some kind of like, it's bad to miss them. Obviously, I miss the motherfucker. That's why I'm manifesting him back. Duh. Obviously, I miss him. That's not a bad thing. You're going to miss them often in your relationship, right? I mean, us women tend to miss RSPs more, right? I used to always joke about that. I'm going to go record or go live for 3 hours. I'm like, I'll miss you. He's like, I'll miss you too, and I'll see you when you get home. God's favorite. What are you talking about? You have your specific person, but you're on the verge of breaking up. Who the fuck wants to sit there and say that? Because you understand you will break up. You understand you absolutely, this is a guarantee, you will break up. Because that is what you're telling yourself. This is literally what causes, hey, April sister, this is literally what causes breakups. Hey, Tashay bestie. Thanks, Shenzi. This is what causes breakups, is by you saying that we're on the verge of breaking up. Are they going to leave me? Okay, so I get a lot of new people here. So let's go down memory lane for a sec, shall we really? And I don't know why this is like this. TikTok is fucking with me, okay? Let's go down memory lane of what caused your breakup. So you guys can understand, so you understand what can cause your makeup, okay? It's not rocket science, but let's break it down. Okay, so when you and your SP first got together, when you guys first started talking, everything was perfect. They were checking all the boxes, right? You're like, they're great. Like, they're everything. They make me so happy. Like, oh my gosh, they're constantly talking. Like, we talk all the time. Everything was fucking great. So therefore, your relationship escalates rather quickly. You go from exchanging phone numbers to talking all the damn time to constantly spending time together to in a full-blown relationship. Okay, very quickly. And that's because everything is great. Everything is perfect. They are your perfect person. Then you have a disagreement. And the disagreement never stops as a disagreement. I have to yell at a couple people in my fucking DMs today, or my text today, because they have a disagreement turns into an argument. And the only reason it turns into an argument because you can't shut the fuck up. I need to convince him where I'm coming from. I need to plead my case. I need to explain myself. And so now you got a full-blown argument. And so now the argument stops, but not for you. It still continues here. All you can think about now is all the things they said to you during this argument, all the things they said to you, how mean they were, all these things. And you're bitching here. After the argument. A lot of you guys will go back for round two. Like, oh, I'm not done talking to you yet. Okay. If you don't do that, you're calling every fucking body that will listen. Let me call my bestie. Let me call my friends. Bitch, you're never going to believe what he said to me. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Gossip. Okay. You have to spill the tea. And so then everything is fine. You guys make up, brush it under the rug, and you move on. Then you have another disagreement. And that disagreement goes exactly like the first argument did. It starts as a disagreement, goes into an argument, and the cycle continues. Okay. Then you guys make up, everything is fine. Everything is fine. But you start to notice that over time in your relationship, the disagreements start to become a little bit more frequent. And then at some point in your relationship, you start to not even recognize your SP anymore. A lot of you will verbalize it to your friends, to your family, where you're like, he's not the same person that I met. Like, he's just not the same person. He's changed. He's different now, and you'll bitch and complain about him. Every argument you have, you bitch and complain about your SP. And so the problem tends to amplify, okay? Which is why the behavior changes over time, becomes bigger. Right? They start with being maybe a little bit rude to you, now full-blown mean, or whatever, just disrespectful every once in a while, to now nothing but disrespectful, okay? And so it amplifies. Now, towards the end, so now what happens? Your relationship's on the decline, where you're like, things have changed. It's not the same as it was before, right? He's changed. He's different. Now relationship's on the decline. Now, towards the end of your relationship, you are now amplifying that and saying, now you're questioning your relationship. Are we going to break up? Like, does he still love me? Does he even like me? Or like, does he want to be with me still? Are we good? And then the breakup. Because you caused it. Because the problem is, over time in your relationship, every time you argued, every time you had a disagreement, you selected a different version of your SP based on their current behavior, based on their current attitudes. And so you selected a different version of your SP, and over time, that version got worse. Which is why at the end of your relationship, it's nothing like the man that you met, the man that you fell in love with. He's totally different now. That's why, because every time you selected a different version and it got worse and it got worse and it got worse. Then the breakup happened. Now that's where the fun part happens. The breakup happens and it's obviously not what you wanted. So now you're like, now what do? Chase. I just need to talk to him. Oh my God, this isn't what I wanted. I can save this relationship. I just need to talk to him. If I could just talk to him, we can get back together. So let me blow his shit up. Let me call him 55,000 times. If he doesn't answer those, let me call him from a blocked number because he might not know the private number is me. And then let me go ahead and blow him up on text message. I'll just ping, 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 spam his text. Doesn't answer any of those. So let me go now try and get his attention on social media. So I'll start liking all his stuff. I'll send a friends request. I'll start liking all his posts to try and get his attention. Maybe you'll even slide into his DMs. Some of you guys will go to your SP's home or their job and be like, I just need to talk to you. Well, how'd that work out? Because all you did to save your relationship is force the 3D. And forcing the 3D does not work ever. Ever. So now we have a whole mess we have to clean up. But the cool thing is, because you caused the breakup, you can also cause the makeup by doing exactly what you did to cause the breakup, but the opposite. Okay? Is you have to see them not as who they were at the source of your breakup, at the time of your breakup and after, but who they were when everything was perfect in your relationship. You have to select that version again. It's like a fucking vending machine. You need to select the one you want, not the one you don't want. Nobody orders a carrot out of a vending machine, right? We order the cookies. So that's what you're going to go do. Select the version of your recipe that you want, and then change your thought process about it. On top of that, you also need to now assume that they're over that shit. Because understand, like I just told you, they also have their own assumptions of you. So what do you want to assume that they think about you? That you're the perfect girlfriend or that you're batshit ass crazy? Because based on your behavior after the breakup, if you don't tell yourself the opposite, this is why you won't see movement. Because you're holding on to your behavior after the breakup and their behavior after the breakup. So because of that, you think you have a bad assumption of your SP, and your SP now also has a bad assumption of you. That's not a marriage made in heaven, bitch. That is not a marriage made in heaven. So instead, you need to start telling yourself who you are as a woman, as a girlfriend. And they will see that version of you too. They will see that you're perfect when you start telling yourself that you're perfect. I'm the perfect girlfriend. This is where self-concept comes into play. I am perfect. I know that I'm the perfect girlfriend. I know what I bring to the table. Shit. Anyone is lucky to date me. Anyone will be lucky to date me. You have to see that version of yourself as that perfect girlfriend, because they must see that version of you too. And if you don't do that, guess what version that they're holding on to? It ain't the one to their fucking soul, I'll tell you that one. It ain't the one to their soul. They think you got a ticket one direction and it ain't up, bitch, if you know what I'm talking about. They think you got a one ticket. They think you got a one-way ticket to crazy fucking town. Okay, so you need to change that assumption, but the only way you can change his assumption of you is by you stepping into a new identity. Okay, you stepping into a new assumption of yourself. That's what causes people to chase you. Okay, why did your SP pursue you at first? Because you thought you were a bad bitch. You had a level of confidence about you. You were fine being single. And so because, you have a level of confidence about you, that's contagious. You weren't pursuing them. They pursued you. And so because of that, you need to go back to that version of who you were. Right? We want to select perfect boyfriend, but we also need to go back to the version that you also were when everything was great in your relationship, because that's the person they wanted to date. That's the person they fell in love with. Not this version now that's stalking their fucking social media, that wants to call them out every fucking waking second that they get, that's reacting to everything under the sun. You know that they know certain things about you. Just like you know certain things about your SP. They're the same way. You think you're being clever when it comes to certain shit, but you're not being clever at all. You are not being clever. You know your intentions behind something, and they do too. They do too. Even though we think we're being clever. My boyfriend confirms that with me all the time. Well, not all the time, but when I do something thinking I'm being clever. And he'll literally be like, I know why you're doing that. And you know what he'll say? I know why you're doing that because I know you. Of course, you don't think your SPs know you too. So why you want to sit there and like their shit on social media? You don't think they know why you're doing that? Why you want to sit there and, send them texts that are random? You don't think they know why you're doing that shit? Remember, your intentions behind something push out. They know. They know. They know you. So this is why you are evolving here. This is why you're evolving as a person. So therefore, it's magnetic, but magnetic in a way that draws them closer to you, doesn't fucking repel them from you. Okay? Because they know you. So oftentimes in a relationship, you ladies, it's almost like you're begging. And I get it because last time I checked, I'm a woman too. Okay? But it's almost like you want to encourage, and it's almost like you're encouraging them and begging them to lie to your ass. And you're like, please don't tell me the truth ever. Please don't ever tell me the truth. Because if you tell me the truth, I'm going to freak out on your ass. I'm going to do all that. It's too much drama than what it's worth. They'd rather lie to you or not tell you something and not disclose something to you or tell you last minute because they already know how you're going to react. They already know that you're going to be dramatic about it. They're going to have 55,000 questions. You're going to have a problem. And they know that. So you're evolving now. So when they come back and you're back in contact and you're running your relationship very fucking different. So what you used to react to all of a sudden, when that peers its little head and you're like, or they say something you don't like, instead of it being an argument, you're like, oh yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I get that. Then they're like, excuse me? You're like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Wait, what? Oh, hey, honey, I'm going to go out with my guy friends tonight. I know we had plans to go out to dinner tonight, but you know what? I'm going to go out with Mark tonight. Have a good time. You're okay with me going? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? Because you don't have to do it here. And you could very much not be okay with that. Like, fuck no, I'm not okay with it, bitch. But in here, you change it. You change it, you change it, you change it. Out here, you're like, have a good time. And here, you're like, you're having the worst night of your fucking life tonight. Actually, you're having the worst goddamn night of your life. All you can do when you're with Mark is think about being home with me. In fact, you can't wait to get back home to me right now. That is power. That is your power. When they think they're expecting you to react one way and you totally don't do it because you've evolved. You've evolved. You understand most of this shit is called acting like an adult. There's a couple things that this is about being. This is about being an adult and being secure in your relationship. Secure within yourself. Secure in your relationship. You wouldn't have to worry about a man stepping out on you if you knew that you were the baddest bitch. Like, excuse me, I'm a once-in-a-lifetime bitch. I'm not a bitch. I'm a once-in-a-lifetime bitch. And you'll never meet somebody else like me. Hence the once-in-a-lifetime. And that's not something you'll ever walk away from. You won't. That's why they come back. It's up to you how quickly they come back. But this is oftentimes why they come back, because they know what they had with you, they're not going to find somewhere else. They're not going to be satisfied in a way that they are with you. But it also becomes very clear but it also comes down to you also being very clear on what the fuck you want. What do you want in a relationship? Figure it out. And then they will do. But they can't do the things that you want if you don't even know what you want. Okay, you guys will know all the things you don't want in a relationship, but when it comes to things that you actually want, crickets. I used to do this all the time when I would talk to people for NLP. I'd be like, they'd be like, I want a job. I was like, cool, what kind of job do you want? Well, I don't want to be underpaid. Well, I don't want an asshole for a boss. I don't want to work overtime. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I said, awesome. What do you want? Yeah, that's the response. You're so focused on everything that you don't want that you've forgotten what you actually want. How do you want to be treated? Because you understand you deserve the world. You deserve happiness. You deserve unconditional love. You deserve everything that you want and more. You deserve to be treated like a queen. You deserve to be respected. You deserve all of this shit. So when are you going to get clear on what you want from your SP? How you want them to treat you, how you want them to make you feel, how you want them to behave with you, how you want them to think about you. Get clear on that version of your SP. Because they're flying blind right now, and you're getting upset only because you don't know what the fuck you want. So how can they do the things that you want if you don't even know what you want? But then you just bitch about them all fucking day long. You bitch about everything they're not doing for you. Have you ever noticed that? You bitch about everything they're not doing for you or who they are. That's not who you want. Because this is why your friends and your family don't like your SP. Because you never, ever in life call your friend on a Tuesday. You don't ever post on a Tuesday or call your friend up on a Tuesday and be like, hey, bitch, I just want to let you know that me and Bob, we're doing fucking great today. All right? Just want to let you know we're solid. We are Gucci. He is the most amazing man in the fucking world. Like, literally. You don't do that. No. All you do is pick up the phone like, bitch, you're never going to believe what this asshole said to me. Yeah, like, can you believe it? He's such a fucking dick. Like, he's such a prick. Blah, 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 blah. Then the breakup. And of course, you rightfully go to your comfort, your friends, and your family. They get to see your emotional devastation. And then you're like, oh, I want to get back together with them. And you're wondering why they're like, bitch, what? Why would you want to be with such a... Now you're upset because you're trying to focus... Now you're upset because you're trying to focus on your manifestation of manifesting your SP back, and your friends are doing nothing but talking shit about your SP to you. And you wonder why. Because that's all they fucking heard. All they heard was what an asshole he is to you and how he treats you like shit and disrespects you, and how he broke your heart. And you think they're going to be like, oh my God, you want that man that you cried endlessly about? You want to get back together with him? I love this for you. Oh my God, yes. Totally supportive. No, they're not. This is why. This is why. No, you don't, Lisa, with the butterfly. You don't have to believe it. You'll believe it when they start to push it out. Okay, you'll believe it when they start to push it out. And you know what? I think I am going, thanks the Almighty. I think I am going to start. Well, I know I'm going to start a podcast, but I'm not sure when. I got to get myself organized first, if you know what I'm saying. What affirmation to use for a loveless SP to shape? Okay. So, you do know that I'm not fucking blind. And I know who the hell is new here and who's fucking not. I'm very well aware of who's new and who's not here. So allow me to elaborate to those of you who are not new here. Knock it off. Stop describing your SPs as something you don't want. Loveless. Seriously, Marisol? Seriously, bitch, because I know you're not new. What to affirm for a loveless man? What the fuck are you talking about? Loveless, he hates me. He wants nothing to do with me. He fucking despises me. Our relationship is basically ending. And he just like, he's an avoidance and he's that and he's this and he's that. Stop. Stop. What are you doing? Or just pack that shit up and move on to the next. Move on to the next. Because why are you describing your SPs in a way that you don't want them to be for you? I don't think you want to be with a loveless person. I don't think you want to be with somebody who's an arrogant, who treats you like shit. I don't think you want to be with a narcissist, somebody who's mean, somebody who doesn't love you. Stop describing them that way. What part of this is unclear? What part of this is unclear? You're not fucking deaf. And even if you are, that's why we have words that pop up, captions, bitch, because this is ridiculous. You need to stop describing them that way. Stop. Why would you do that? How would you like it? Let me ask you this. How would you fucking like it if your SP did nothing but describe you that way? Would that hurt your feelings? But you think it's okay for you to describe them that way and then be like, why aren't they changing? Well, that's why. That is why. How the fuck can somebody loveless love you? How can someone who's mean to you all of a sudden respect you? How can somebody who's an avoidant talk to you all the fucking time? How is somebody who's disrespectful going to treat you like a queen? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And you know it doesn't make any sense. They're not going to get a light bulb that turns on in their fucking head that's like, you know what? I think I'm going to just be her Prince Charming today. That's not how that works. You prove this to yourself every fucking day. Throughout your entire relationship, you never have to take my word for it. You have proven yourself this over and over and over again. Every time you bitch about him, you're surprised that he's doing the exact same behavior you're describing him as. Not the behavior you want. Why are you doing that? When all you should be doing is getting yourself out of victim fucking mentality, because you're not a victim of shit. You're not a victim of shit. They're not treating you like shit. You're treating yourself like shit. They're not treating you as a second option. You're treating yourself as a second option. They're not treating you like not their priority. You don't think you're their priority. All of this is you. You're doing it to yourself. So why are you doing that to yourself? When all you have to do is describe them differently. All you have to do is see them differently. Or like I said, pack that shit up and move on to the next. Someone you don't have old history with, but don't be shocked when your relationship ends the exact same way. Because you are the only thing they have in common is you. Every ex-person, every ex-boyfriend, girlfriend you've ever had only has one thing in common. You. So you can blame them until you're blue in the fucking face. You can blame their behavior. You can blame everything in your relationship. All your relationship problems, you can blame on them all you fucking want. But you're doing nothing but lying to yourself. You're doing nothing but being a victim and acting like I'm perfect and they're all fucked up. And oh, poor me, so fucking sad. Why is this all happening to me? Grow up. And describe them in a way that you want them to be for you. And only you. Stop describing them in a way that you don't like. That's common fucking sense. Because you guys at the same breath will sit there and say, but they're not doing the things that I'm affirming for. How long is this going to take? Why aren't they changing? Why are they not doing what I want? Why am I not getting my manifestation? Why me? Why me? Why me? That's why. That's why. You're not a victim, so stop being the victim. Nothing is happening to you. You need to make it happen for you, not to you. The fucking shit is stupid. It's fucking stupid. You gonna sit there and complain about your finances till you're blue in the fucking face? You're gonna decide to change that shit. Huh? You gonna sit there and self-defecate all over your fucking self every day and attack yourself every fucking day and then just expect to wake up with a stellar self-concept one day? That's not how that works. That's not how anything in life works. And you should fucking know this. So I don't want to hear you bitching about your fucking SPs anymore. You feel free to ask all the questions you want, but be very careful how you're describing them. I don't need you to describe or give a label to your SP. You can ask the question. I know exactly what your description of him is. I don't need you to describe it or label him unless it's my perfect person or my SP. That's it. Stop giving them the stupid ass fucking labels that you guys don't like. Because I don't think you want to date a narcissist and avoidant and someone who doesn't fucking love you and doesn't give a shit about you. But that's how you're describing them? Seriously? Why would you do that? Why in the fuck would you even want somebody like that back? Ask yourself that. You don't. So stop describing them that way. Start describing them for the 10,000th time how they were when everything in your relationship was perfect. And you'll get that version of them again. You will not get that version of them because you're just hoping that they'll one day be that way. This is why they say a leopard never changes its spots. This is why they say that. History repeats itself. This is why they say that. Because you think that one day a leopard's just going to change his spots. No. The only way that's going to happen is if you do, because you're the only reason why he's like this now. He's not like that. Don't take my word for it. Take a look at your SP. He doesn't treat everybody like this, does he? No, he doesn't. He certainly doesn't treat his friends like he treats you right now, is he? No, he's not. You care to know why? Because they are describing him as loveless, as not the priority, as an avoidance, as an asshole. They're not describing him that way at all. They have nothing but a great description of your SP, which is why he's great with them. And not with you. This is common fucking sense. Get a grip. It doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. If you won't change how you see them, nothing you do in the 3D will work, ever. It's like having that fucking rude ass coworker that you buy coffee for every day. You take on projects for her. You try to charm her ass till the wheels fall off. And guess what? At the end of the day, she still doesn't fucking like your ass. Because you can't force a 3D. All you can do is change your assumption of her. And then all of a sudden, you're her number one fan now. You're her favorite fucking coworker. Because she's showing up based on your assumption of her. What part of that is unclear? So get a grip. And get it now. I'm tired of that shit. I'm really tired of that shit. It's so fun. Sorry, Haley. Sorry. Oh, IDK, welcome. Welcome to the family. This is how we roll around here. Because how the hell else am I supposed to get you guys to start thinking fucking differently? Huh? Because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Because I hate when you guys do that shit to yourself. Because you're doing it to your fucking self. You guys understand this shit, right? You understand this? You're doing it to yourself. Why? It's like you're begging to be lonely. You know what? I'd rather just be alone. I'd rather just be alone. I'd rather be all up in my fucking feelings. I'd rather just be miserable and be sad all the fucking time. I'd rather that, you know what? I'd rather select that reality than the one where I'm not alone, happy, in love, feeling special every day of my fucking life. What reality would you want? So get it together. Get a grip. You need to... Haley. You need to get a grip. Because this is what no one tells you. Other than here, of course. No one tells you that shit. They're like, just affirm. Just decide. Okay, no. I don't think so. That's because... I love you too, Marisol. Now get a grip, bitch. That's because you decide how you're going to react to shit. You need to do better. And that's your challenge. Do better. Be better for yourself. So you have different relationships with your SP than the same shit over and over and over again. I told you I had somebody somebody hired me because she wants to work with me. Why? Because she's manifested her SP back 4 fucking times now. The flagging restrictions kill me every time. Because I literally just got done yelling at you. Nothing. Now I'm all empowering you. And I get a bullying and harassment restriction. Oh, man. They've let the fun times roll. Okay, now we're going to cut this energy cord, clearly. If you are new here, we do these 2 techniques every day on here on TikTok. And one is going to be the cord cutting technique. And then the second one we do right after that is the photo method. Now, I strongly suggest you revert back to these 2 methods. They work and they're very powerful. Okay, so yeah, Haley. So if you want to revert back to the cord cutting method that we're going to do now, it's an energy cleanser between you and your SP. No, you're not cutting them out of your life. I'll explain it. But on my profile, there's a series of 3 videos where I'm wearing a red shirt, my trilogy in the red shirt. It's the first video. Okay. Also, we do the photo method. This works to get you contact with your SP. Now, you can, it's also pinned to the top of my profile. This one has over 40,000 views. Save those videos. This works. Okay. It works very well when you see the SP that you should. Okay. And I got to go to the ladies' room, and this is how we go to the ladies' room around here, by giving you guys things to do, but designed to get you results. Okay. So Lisa with a butterfly. We're not wrapping the cord around their neck either. I mean, unless it gets tangled on its way up. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm okay. And I am loved today. Yes, I am loved every fucking day of my life. I am loved. I am loved. Everybody loves me. Everybody loves me. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Okay. All right. So the cord cutting we're going to do right now. Yeah, James, that's right. It's only for gutter trash. Gutter trash gets the cord around the neck. They get the noose. So, okay. So, the cord cutting is designed to cleanse the energy between you and your SP. So it's designed to keep, this is not a one and done thing. I'm not saying you need to do it every freaking day, but do it as often as you want, because it keeps the energy fresh in between you and SP. Ever since you knew SP or anybody in your life. Okay. That's right. All the way to the dump. And then the dump truck comes and takes her ass out. Okay. So you guys are going to get, what's going to happen is this, is when you started dating your SP, just like everyone in your life, the first time you met them, it's like putting on a shirt and you've never taken that shirt off. You've never washed the shirt. So over time, that energy gets stale. Okay. It gets very stale. So now it's like we're taking that shirt and we're going to put it in the wash and give it a nice little rinse. So it's nice and clean, nice and fresh. Okay. That's how it is with you and your SP. Okay. And so what's going to happen is once you cut the energy cord, your SP will think about you in a very short period of time. However, this time when they think about you, something in the energy field will feel differently to them. Where instead of feeling like stale energy, old energy, all of a sudden you pop into their mind, and this time it's different. It's like, huh, I wonder how that person's doing. Okay, I cut the energy. I cut the energy cord with one of my exes. This is years ago, and I hadn't talked to him in over 8 years. And he contacted me within 72 hours and was like, "Hey, how you doing? Just want to see how you were." And I was like, "Yeah, no," because I didn't want to manifest him back. Okay, but other people did this, and within 20 minutes got contacted and unblocked by their SP. And another person did this. She's having fun with this. She's cutting the cords with all her exes, because you should do this with anybody draining your energy field. Start with them first. Any negative people in your life, even if they're not currently in your life, start with the people in your life, actively in your life, and then branch out. But start with the energy vampires, because everybody's still connected to your energy field, which is why some days you'll feel great. Other days you'll feel just exhausted. Okay, that's why. So that's how this works. All right. It arises from an ancient Hawaiian tradition. It's called Ho'oponopono. I put a visualization spin on it, but it's the 4 phrases that are what works very well for you. There you go, Lisa with Butterfly. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Okay. And if you cannot, if you're not a huge visualizer, it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. And so it's all in your imagination, but the key is to cut that energy cord and to see them floating away until they're out of sight. Okay? You can do this with anybody. You can do this with countries. You can do this with freaking companies. You can do this with like a whole unit. Okay? It doesn't have to be like one person, one person, one person, one person. Okay? But for this exercise, we do SPs. Okay? I thought about changing that, Haley, too, to outside, like an amphitheater. You're in an amphitheater. Maybe I'll start doing that. We'll do that today. You're in an amphitheater. Okay? All right. So I want you guys to get in a comfortable position. You do not have to lay down. You can sit down. It doesn't even matter. But I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to breathe. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow your body and your mind to relax for just a moment. Now, I want you to imagine that you're in a big outdoor amphitheater. You're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater in a seat. It's dark outside. And in front of you, there's a big, giant stage. And on that stage, there's a single stage light that shines bright into the center of the stage. I want you to stare into that light for just a moment. And as you stare into that light, you start to realize that you're not alone. In fact, off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the spotlight, you start to notice a dark, shadowy figure. And as you adjust your focus from the light to the shadowy figure, do that now, you start to realize that person is your SP. Now, I want you to say your SP's name, and I want you to call your SP into the center of the stage and into the light. Now, as your SP begins to walk into the light, to the center of the stage, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you also notice that there's a gold cord that runs from the center of their third eye directly into your third eye. Now, I want you to look at your SP for just a moment. And I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions. I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you, yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you, yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP in their eyes, and I want you to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that comes directly from your third eye. And as that gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand and I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord and remove the cord from your third eye and just toss it aside. And as that gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a big giant balloon. And it gets farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther. And smaller and smaller. And farther and farther. Until they just disappear. Now I want you to take one big deep breath in and out and open your eyes. Now you can relax and you can know and expect them to think about you. In fact, for many of you, they're thinking about you right now. So now go ahead and get your SP's photos out. Okay, the concept, this is for those that, what I love about the photo method is it doesn't require you to be a huge visualizer because you don't have to visualize shit. Okay, you're literally looking at someone's photo. This works on anyone. I'll tell you other ways to use it after. Okay, but you're literally looking at someone's photo and you're giving thought transmission. Okay, they're hearing your thoughts. They're not hearing your voice. That would be weird. Okay, but they're hearing your thoughts. Okay, and then they push it out. Your thoughts become their thoughts. Thought transmission. Okay? Now, if you are new here, while you're pulling out your SP's photo, if you're new here, my name is Jen. Obviously, I'm your manifestation bestie. Where here it's all about, I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Okay, it's not about following the law when you can leverage. And that's where the magic happens. That's what speeds the shit up. Okay, so that's what we do here. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. I've helped hundreds of people, so I'm here to help you do the same. Okay. Now, I have oodles of testimonials. Maybe I'll put them up today. Who knows? I have a crap ton. Okay. But anyway, if you're interested in having me manifest for you or you want one-on-one coaching with moi, all links are in my bio. I also go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. And if you ever miss a live, I always put them the same day on the tube of you. So go ahead and head on over there, subscribe, let the long ass lives play, engage in them so that we can get my watch hours up. So that really, not about watch hours, but so YouTube can push my videos out to a wider audience so that they can understand how to properly manifest their SPs back, because manifesting NSP and manifesting NSP back are not the fucking same. And I'm good at it because I've done it. Okay. You should only take advice and learn from people who have done what you want, period. Even if it's not me, if it's with somebody else, I don't really give a shit, but only do what you know works because they've done it. That's all. Okay. Oh, and I'm also like the low price leader in the coaching space. Literally. Actually, I probably have the lowest prices, but probably more. I have far more case studies than most people that are charging 5 times what I'm charging. And that's okay because I want to help as many people as possible. All right. So now by now that I was rambling, you should have your SP's photo out. Okay. Now this is the fun part. I want you guys to take a little breath real quick. Let's relax for a second. Okay. Take a breath and relax. Just relax in your mind. Okay. And I want you to go back down memory lane with you and your SP. I want you to go back to a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. When they were checking all the boxes, they were your perfect SP. Go back to that version of your SP right now. And I want you to remember who that person was for you. Who were they as a man or a woman for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? What are some things maybe they did for you? What makes them so special for you? your perfect person. Forget who they were 30 seconds ago. That version of them does not exist anymore. Because what you've done right now is gone back to the version of your SP that you know you love, and you have selected that version of your SP. And you're going to hold on to that version of your SP from now and moving forward, that your SP right now is your perfect person. The person who talks to you all the time, who's constantly spending time with you, who wants to be with you, who worships the ground that you walk on, who is in love with you, who's constantly talking about your future together. That's who they are right now for you. They're standing right now by their phone. Right now, your SP is holding their phone, waiting for you to give them permission to contact you, waiting for you to give them permission to love you, to want to talk to you, to want to be with you. That's who they are right now for you. They're waiting by their phone for you to allow them to show up in your life exactly how you want them to. And the only way they can do the things that you want them to do is by selecting that version of your SP. The one that you just selected right now. When you select the version of your SP that does all these things for you, think about it. You never questioned it. You never doubted. You never wondered. You never had to check. Because you knew. You knew and you expected for them to contact you every day. For them to talk to you all the time, for them to come and spend time with you, for them to be in a relationship with you, for them to love you. You expected all of this from your SP. You knew this about them. Therefore, they did it over and over and over again. So it's now time for you to start expecting and knowing that about your SP again. Right now. Right now. Tell yourself that in your mind. I already know that they're contacting me right now. Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, I need you to straighten your crown. Because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't settle around here. We don't settle for second best. We don't question. We get what we want. We are the king and the queen of our own reality. Do kings and queens, when they give a command, do they question, wonder, doubt if their command will be fulfilled? No. When a queen and a king gives a command, they know. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to doubt. They're the queen. They're the king. They're the ones in control. So therefore, they do. Because they know, they expect that whatever they command to be carried out by the person they're commanding it to. That is now who you are. From this point forward, you wear your crown and you wear it proudly. Okay? You don't settle around here. We get what we want. Because queens and kings get what they want and they expect things to be done when they want it to be done. That is now you. Okay? So, if you are in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to look at your SP's photo. If you are alone, say it out loud with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind. Don't look like a wacko. And you're going to tell your SP what to do. You can say contacting, texting, or calling. It doesn't matter. However they would naturally contact you is exactly what they're going to do. Okay? You're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. Okay? Like as if you know. Say it, I guess, if you know. Of course they're going to. Duh. Okay. Now, if you're in consistent contact with your SP, you can go ahead and either tell them they're contacting you right now, or you can move to the next step and tell them they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, any of the ships, then you can do what you want. You can say you're contacting me right now, you're coming to see me today, or you can tell them to do something specific. You're buying me flowers today. You're bringing me dinner tonight. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're giving me a foot massage tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever it is that you want. Okay, from your SP. And you're just going to know. We have to do something different. Right now, you're just going to expect and to know that you're going to give your command and they're going to contact you. I'm going to pause this. I go to the ladies' room, but get busy, give your commands. And right now, expect that. Just know and expect them to contact you. Okay. We are back. We are back. As you guys have already probably know, it takes me forever to drink a cup of coffee. I'm a 1 coffee a day drinker because it takes me all day to drink 1 cup of coffee. I'm a sipper. Especially, except in the middle of the night, I drink a crap ton of water. So what do you think I'm placeboing? Every time I drink water, my ass gets bigger. I got the fattest ass ever. My butt is perfect. Okay, in all seriousness. Now you can breathe and relax and expect them to contact you now. In fact, it's my intention that many of you on here will get contact from your SP today. The minute you decide that they're going to contact you because they can't get enough of you. They literally, I need you guys to know this and to embody this, that they cannot get enough of you. They have to be near you all the time. They have to talk to you. They're not happy unless they're talking to you. They cannot wait to call you right now and confess their love to you. Tell you everything that they've been thinking about the entire time. Right now, they want to tell you exactly how they really feel about you and only you. And tell you how perfect you are and how much they have missed you. And how they can't imagine their life without you in it. And that you're the best part of their day. That not a day has gone by that they have not thought about you and missed you. And they cannot let another day go by without talking to you. Enough time has already gone by. And they're done. They're done. They can't stay away from you any longer. They want to reach out to you right now. They want to come and see you today. They want to love you right now. They're ready to confess their love to you and tell you everything that you've been affirming and tell you everything that you've wanted to hear, that you've been waiting to hear. They're going to tell you that now. Know that. You deserve that. You literally deserve all of that. You need to believe that. Okay, this is not about what you desire. This is not about what you want. This is about what you deserve. You deserve to feel loved every fucking day of your life. You deserve to feel validated, seen, heard, appreciated, special, loved every fucking day of your life by your SP. Stop getting in your own way. Stop getting in your own way now. And understand that if I can desire this person, I'm supposed to be with them. Period. You cannot desire something you're not supposed to have. Then you wouldn't desire it. You don't desire to be with any of your other exes, do you? No, you don't. That's because you don't desire them. You're not supposed to be with them. But if you desire this person, you're supposed to be together. You're supposed to be together. Period. Own it. Believe it. And persist. And persist and persist until you get exactly what you deserve. Not until you get what you want, but until you get what you deserve. And don't settle. You get a version of your SP that you don't like? No. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to be talked to disrespectful. I don't deserve to be talked down to. I don't deserve to get an attitude. I don't deserve any of that. So I'm not going to do that. I don't deserve to not be your priority. I don't deserve for you to think you can have your cake and eat it too. Because let me tell you who the fuck is the only one that's going to have their cake and eat it too. Me. You. It isn't someone else. I deserve to be with the person that I love. And so do you. And so do you. You need to see the best in your SPs and only the best in your SP. And you will see and get the best from your SP. But you need to take whatever they've told you that wasn't what you wanted, whatever they have told you that isn't what you wanted from this person, and you need to flip all of that. And that is now your description of your SP. Because whatever they told you that hurt your feelings, that wasn't what you wanted to hear, it's only because you don't see that in yourself. You don't see that you're not seeing that in them. So they have no choice but to confirm, even if it hurts your feelings, because you don't see that in them. So if your SP has told you that they're not in love with you, not anymore. In their description, you're the love of their life. Okay? I just, all I want is peace in my life. Great. Well, you only have peace in your life with me. I'm the most peaceful place you have. You're only happy when we're together. I don't know where this relationship is headed. He cannot stop talking about our future. He absolutely wants to be with me and only me for the rest of his life. There's gutter trash. I'm the only one that my SP desires. My SP only has eyes for me. I'm the only one that they want to be with. They're loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Those things should be in your descriptions of your SP. Whatever they told you about feelings towards you that you don't like, that hurt your feelings, it's feedback. They don't actually mean that shit. You understand that. They don't actually mean that. Which is why oftentimes it catches you off guard. And you're like, where's this coming from? Because it comes out of left field oftentimes, where you don't see it coming. But it's feedback. Because it's like, okay, wait, somewhere in he's saying this, but that's not what I want to hear. But it's a reality. He's saying this. It's not his thoughts, it's mine. He's confirming. So somewhere I'm downplaying myself. I'm thinking that he doesn't love me. I'm questioning if he's in love with me. So because of that, he says he doesn't love me. I'm questioning if he wants to be in this if he wants a relationship with me, or if he wants to commit to me. So therefore he says he doesn't want to commit to you. He doesn't want to be with you. So whatever they said, write it all down. I don't think there's any problem going in old story, as long as you're not letting it affect your ass, okay? But you should only dip into old story as feedback and say, okay, let me go down memory lane for just a second. We're not going to do this all the time, but let me go down the memory lane for just a second and let me think about the things that they've said to me that I didn't like, that hurt my feelings, that I didn't want to hear, because we take, especially as ladies, take everything personal. We tend to take everything personal, right? As an attack or it's just personal, which is why when people say, which is why your SP will affect your self-concept. Not in general, but your self-concept when it comes to them. And that is because you internalize and you take everything personal when it had nothing to fucking do with you. And so because of that, they now confirm and it hurts your feelings. So I want you to go dig. I want you to go think about it. And go sit there and say, okay, they said this. And on top of that, definitely take a look at what they said at the breakup. I got distracted by somebody in my WhatsApp group that just said they did a tarot card reading on their SP. Hopefully it was a good one, or I'd get my money back. But take a look at what they said at the breakup. It's not designed to hurt your fucking feelings, okay? It's not designed for you to get resentful with them either, okay? It is not designed to do any of that shit. All this is designed to do is be feedback for you to say, okay, what did they say when we broke up? Okay, that's where I fucked up. in my head, in my thoughts. Okay, so I need to flip that around so that they now see things differently than what they were before the breakup. Because if I don't flip that shit and add that into my description with my SP, then that's how they felt when they broke up. Guess what? They're still feeling the same way. Unless you take what they said and flip it all. I just don't have those feelings for you anymore. There's just nothing there. Absolutely not. Every single day, his feelings grow stronger and stronger for me. Every day, his feelings intensify for me. I just don't feel like connection anymore. He's never been more connected with anyone but me. I'm the only one he feels connected to. You just don't make me happy. He's only happy when we're together. I'm the best part of his day. I'm in love with you, but I just feel like I can't give you, I feel like you deserve better. I can't give you what you want. Absolutely not. He is completely perfect for me. We're perfect together. We're perfect together. And he knows that. We have the best relationship. You need to tell yourself this stuff. You need to take everything he fucking said that hurt your feelings about you and him and flip it all. And put that all into your description of your SP. So therefore, he reflects the opposite. He reflects the opposite because that's the only reason why he's reflecting what he's reflecting now. Or not reflecting. All they're doing right now, which is why you guys need to stop reacting to the fucking 3D. For what? What are you reacting to? Yourself? Let's be frank. Like, the 3D is nothing but a mirror of your thoughts. So there's nothing to react to. Because what's there to react to? Yourself? You gonna get mad at yourself? Because that's the only reason why you're not seeing what you want in the 3D. That's the only reason why you're not seeing the turnaround, because at some point you're accepting what you don't want. That's right. Because we don't say it in the comments, but you know what we say to the 3D. Yeah, unless it shows me what I want, this is all I say to the 3D. Fuck him. That's it. That's all she wrote. Because it's nothing but one big giant feedback loop. If they are not showing up how you want, that's all you. You're accepting the behavior from your SPs that you don't want by justifying the shit. You're justifying behavior you don't want. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. I used to do that when it came to my daughter. Okay? I used to justify her attitudes with her being a preteen. I'm like, well, you know how they are. You know how preteens are. They got an attitude, right? So I would justify her behavior and chop it up to preteens. But then I got to thinking one day, I said, no, fuck that. What? No, I know a lot of preteens. Well, I don't know them, but you know what I'm talking about. I know a lot of preteens that are very respectful, that are very sweet. So it's got nothing to do with her being a preteen and everything to do with me justifying and brushing off her behavior as she's just a preteen. No, I don't think so. Not anymore. So because of that, I don't tolerate that shit. Teenagers got nothing to do with it. You need to see that. You need to see that side of your SP that you don't justify, you don't accept what they told you that hurts your feelings. You don't accept any of that. You change it. And you keep changing it and keep persisting in the version of your SP that you want and expect only until they show up exactly like that, until they are saying all the things that you want them to say. I don't care if they show up and they're 90%. I do not care if they show up and they are 90 goddamn percent of perfect SP. No. I'm going to keep persisting in perfect version until you are 110%, bitch. And then as our relationship progresses, I'm going to keep adding to my description. I'm going to keep changing certain things in my description and adding to my description because certain things will rear its head where you're like, that needs to change. Oh, that needs to change. Yeah, so now your SP is, Crazy Court, your SP is kissing your ass every day of the fucking week. Every day of the week, my SP does nothing but kiss my ass and chase me. Yeah, she absolutely chases me. She's obsessed with me. Literally. She's addicted to me. I'm all she craves. Like, literally, they worship the ground that I walk on. They are constantly confessing their love to me. They make me feel loved every single day. I'm the love of their life. They're absolutely in love with me. Loving you and being in love with you are not the same. Because I have heard numerous times on coaching calls where they will confirm that and say, yeah, they go, oh, I know he loves me. I know. And so what does he say in the breakup? I love you, but... Now, if your SP broke up with you and said this, because this seems to be a trend too in breakups, if your SP said, I just feel you deserve better, or I can't give you what you need, or, yeah, those about the two. Anything along those lines, if your SP said that when they broke up. The reason they said that is because you may have done it verbally, but you bitched about things that they did not do in your mind or to other people or to yourself, okay? Or to them, where you're like, I've had a couple of clients say this. You need to get your life together. How the fuck would you feel if somebody told your ass that? Like, who the fuck are you talking to like that? What did you just say? Okay. But what will happen is, this is where that comes from, is you will sit there and you will say something and therefore they are pushing that out. So you'll either tell them like, I need this from you, or you're not doing this. I need you to communicate better. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Or in your mind or to your friends, you're bitching about everything they're not doing for you. Like, maybe they did it in the beginning of your relationship. Now they don't do it. And so in your mind, you're bitching like, yeah, no, he used to buy me flowers. Now he never buys me flowers. Like, he never takes me out anymore. Like, we never spend any time together, right? All of these things. So then at the breakup, he says, I can't give you what you need. You deserve better. Because you have selected you have given an implication to your SP, even if it's only in your thoughts, that he's not good enough. So he pushes that out. That's the only reason why they said that. Because a lot of times you'd be like, what are you talking about? We're perfect. Like, yeah, but they don't feel that way because you in your mind have done nothing but cherry pick all the shit they're doing wrong in your relationship, instead of cherry picking all the shit they do right. Okay? So that's when we need to change the script. This is your movie. You're the producer. You're the screenwriter. You're the script writer for your movie. You need to decide now, what script are you writing for your movie? What role are you assigning your SP? Is he your prince or is he the villain in your movie? If he's the prince, what do princes do? They come and save the day. Okay? They come and they save the day. They do everything you've ever wanted. All right, Crazy Court, I'm going to you should get access to those right away. And then whatever I owe you, I'm going to get back to you today. Okay? Well, assuming that it downloads today, I'll get it back to you. Okay? So you guys need to understand that. You need to understand that is, what movie are you writing? What movie are you writing? What role are you assigning to everybody in your movie? Because your entire life is a movie. There you go, Jackie. And that's the role you need to give them. If you're going to give them the role of the villain by bitching about them and complaining about them and describing them in a way you don't want, then that is exactly who they must be for you. There's no way around it. There is no way around it. So you can sit there and tell them they're texting you all day long, but if you assume they're an asshole, you care to guess what kind of text you're going to get? If they do text you, an asshole response. Or you can decide, absolutely not. They're the best thing since sliced fucking bread. They're the nicest man in the world to me. They absolutely love me. And therefore they will. Yes, Lisa, with the butterfly. You absolutely should. Okay? Because you have the power to change them. If they were spiritually awake, they would have the power to change you too. But you'll know where your description of your SP truly is. Like, I'm talking the core. I'm not talking the one that you're rewriting, okay? Because you're rewriting the script, right? But at the core assumptions of your SP, you'll know what they are. Like, if you actually have somewhat of a good version of your SP that you naturally have selected, that you just assume they are, you'll know that based upon how they broke up with you. If they did it in a nice, sweet way, right? Very mature, very nice, very sweet, then they would break up with you in that exact manner. If you have a good description. If you think they're a complete asshole, then they will show up, then they would have broken up with you in a very disrespectful, mean way. Or just ghost you altogether. That's how you'll know. How you're describing them. Yeah, good Flashy will add that in love with you. Because loving you is very different. I love a lot of my friends, but I ain't never trying to date them. You know what I mean? So we need to change that shit. He said, what happens in 3 months, 3 years, 7 years, we see each other and get back together. Yeah, we get back together today. He said, what I read, Flash, is he says in 1 day, 3... Good. He loved one of your reposts. That is movement. That is movement. You guys understand that, right? Because, and some of you guys get offended when they don't. Like, that shit's kind of fucking hilarious to me. Because I was like, damn. I was like, there's a whole new level of immaturity going around the social internet. Because if you can see, they saw your story. Somebody posted this the other day, and I was like, what kind of meme is that? Where, I mean, people get mad at you. This is never fucking happened. I wish a motherfucker would. Because I'd be like, are you dumb? Like, I wish somebody would. This never happened to me, but it's happened to my boyfriend. It's happened to a couple other people where people will actually they call you out. And they'll get mad at you because they're like, you always watch my stories, but you never like them. What? Okay. What the fuck am I? What am I supposed to sit there and just like all your shit because God forbid you're going to take that shit personal? Take what personal? I never like people's stories, very rarely. The only time I'll like someone's story is like my bestie because her late husband, it was just his birthday yesterday. Or like when my daughter's bestie will post something. That's literally the only time I like stories. Sorry. But some people get the panties in a fucking bunch over fucking stories. It's not even like SP. It's got nothing to do with SPs. And it's like people in general, like they're upset because their homegirl didn't like their fucking shit. And somebody made some stupid post that said that shit. They were like, you know, your real friends like your stories. I was like, seriously? Okay. What I don't like is somebody that likes to repost a shit ton of stuff in their stories. That stuff annoys me. And you know what? I only watch the first one. I click the hell out because you can see up at the top all the little fucking things. And if they're not this long and they're this long, that means you posted 25 fucking stories. I'm not about to sit there and... No, I'm going to click out and go to the next. There's a couple people, I don't even watch their stories because that's what they do. They're like chronic reposters and they repost like 20,000 things a day. And I'm like, do you have nothing else to do? Oh yeah, with Flash. Yeah, you have to comment. You're like, comment what? What do you want me to say? You want me to put a fire emoji? Is that a good enough comment for you? That's crazy. How do you override your subconscious? Okay. Okie dokie. What a cute little name. Okay, you override your first of all, you don't override, you rewire your subconscious. Okay? And you do that through, well, there's a couple ways to get it into your subconscious because that is where it needs to go. So, one, you could do it how most people do it, and that's through robotic affirming, right? Creating a new neural pathway. So it's really overriding, if you will, the old assumption. Okay, so you do that by robotically affirming, and because it's through repetition. And the more you repeat, you have a whole new assumption. This is where you guys fall flat, by the way. The other way you would override the assumption, your over subconscious, is through either a sleep meditation or hypnosis, or a hypnosis audio, which I offer all of those in my bio if you're interested. But that also overrides your assumptions as well. That goes directly into your subconscious mind. The third way is to affirm while you're in SATS mode, state akin to sleep. Okay, so what up, Jackie? Okay, so the way you do that is like you're not only in state akin to sleep, SATS, in the morning and at night, right? But in the morning, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes before your conscious mind fully wakes up. So you're in SATS, as well as when you're drifting off to sleep. You're also in SATS, okay? Your conscious mind's going to bed. So if you fall asleep affirming one affirmation, it goes directly in your subconscious mind. When you wake up in the morning, instead of waking up and reaching over and grabbing your phone and jumping on TikTok, you should be using that time to affirm because that is when it's going directly into your subconscious mind. Okay. Also, there are times throughout your day when you're in SATS. SATS is nothing but a daydream state. Okay. Look at it that way. So it's like if you find yourself like where you're like, dude, you're spacing out, right? You can hear people talking, but you're not really paying attention to what they're saying because you're drifting off. You're spacing out, daydreaming. That you're in SATS, state akin to sleep. So you should affirm. If you're ready for a nap, like if you're like, I'm tired, I totally take a nap right now. Cause it's usually like, it's that way in the corporate air. I feel like they pump that shit through the air vents. It's probably cause we had lunch, right? Then it's like after lunch, like around 2:00, you're just like, I would do that. I would find myself like I'd have to get up and go walk around for a minute because I'd find myself like dozing off. That's SATS, state akin to sleep. Okay, so those will be times when it goes directly into your subconscious mind. But this is why a lot of people prefer to do some kind of hypnosis or some kind of meditation or listen to their parrot app while they go to sleep because it gets it up in there, which is where it needs to go. Okay, because you have these subconscious assumptions already. Okay. That's why they pushed out. They're already an assumption. So when you are rewiring the assumption through robotic affirming, through repetition, guess what happens? If you stop, this is already an assumption here. You're working to override an assumption in the subconscious mind. But if you don't persist, you care to guess which one's going to win? The one that's already an assumption. You don't want that. So instead, this is where the discipline comes into play. Yeah, okie dokie. That's what I would do. Yeah. A lot of people will use a parrot app. and they will listen to their affirmations while they're sleeping. Also, if you're working and you're allowed to have if you're not, then don't do it. But most of you guys, depending upon your job, you're allowed to have, you'll listen to music, right? Or you have earbuds in. And so a lot of people will listen to shit that doesn't benefit their life, like a ebook or, like when I say ebook, I mean like a romance novel or some shit, Harry Potter, or they'll listen to a podcast. They'll do things like that. But if you can have earbuds in your ear while you're working, why not have the Parrot app play? Because your subconscious mind, your conscious mind is distracted. Okay, your conscious mind is distracted, so therefore it goes into your subconscious mind because it's distracted. Okay, so again, I don't ever create assumptions in you that are not going to benefit you. So I don't want you thinking you got to affirm your goddamn life way or the shit ain't coming. No, but I affirm. Why? Because it distracts my mind. It's called thought distraction. Okay, well, at least that's what I call it. Is you want to do thought distraction. No, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do the photo method with your SP until you get what you want. People do that because it speeds it up. It speeds it up, okay? Because you're using the photo method to talk to your SP, okay? When you're affirming, you're creating an assumption, okay? But you're talking to yourself about your SP. But when you are looking at the photo or visualizing your SP in your mind, that is thought transmission. Okay, that's where you are speaking to them and it's going into their thought space. And now they're getting the idea to contact you, to come and see you, to want to be with you, to do all of those things that you want them to do for you. Okay, you can have a whole conversation with your SP. You can say your description to him like, you are absolutely in love with me. You're absolutely in love with me. I'm the only one you want to be with. You cannot imagine your life without me in it. Like, I'm your favorite person. Every second of the day, no matter what you're doing or who you're with, all you think about is me. Literally, you can't even sleep at night because you can't stop thinking about me. You miss me every second we're not together. Every second we're apart. That is not implying that you're not together. Okay? That is literally saying every second we're apart. Literally. Yay, do we get some kind of like bonus? Because we got to 100K. But I love it, guys. I love it. I think that's the most we've gotten in a 3-hour period. Watch when I end this live, they're going to be like, you made 14 cents today. I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I love you, Lisa. I love all of you guys. Hey, Jackie. I love all of you guys. Okay. But I want you guys to know, to understand. Yeah, we're up to 15 cents now, bitch. I was like, that's it. Who needs to work when you have TikTok Live that can pay you 15 cents? Although I will tell you, some of my entrepreneur clients are like, how the fuck do you make so much money on TikTok Live? It'll be like $1.40, okay? It's not like a lot. And I'm like, that's because I'm the shit. Oh, man. Gotta have fun on here. Okay, Eden, you've been persisting and asked my SP to be friends. He said yes, but not right now. Any tips? Yeah, Eden. You need to stop asking questions that you don't know the answer to. The only questions you should be asking are, how's your day and what are you having for dinner? Okay, you should not be asking any question that, I love you too, Diamond. You should not be asking any question that goes against what it is you want. Because if you don't know the answer, they're going to reflect you're not knowing the answer. And so that's where he said, you said, do you want to be friends? And he said, yes. but not right now because you didn't know the answer. Okay. But if you would start assigning the label of friends or relationship, they have to assume the same. And don't waver from that. They have to assume the same. So you won't even need to ask the question because they will confirm the answer. And you didn't even ask the question. You know, I had somebody who they had an appointment to go to some office. And this was before their breakup. And so then I got them back in contact within 48 hours. So at 2 weekends together, she said, I'm nervous. Our appointment is on Wednesday. Should I ask him if he's going? I said, no, you should not. I said, you can drop a hint. Okay. You can drop a hint and, be like, oh yeah, I'm just getting ready for, to go to this office on Tuesday or on Wednesday. You're not asking if he wants to go. I said, you need to now know he's going to go and know he'll be there. Well, who do you think showed up to that appointment? He did. Okay, so you don't ever ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to. Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, because, I do have a relationship. I think some people forget that. I'm not teaching how to live your best ass single life. But I am in a relationship, but I have to come on here 7 days a week because I need to make sure that you guys stay on track. And I know the weekends can be difficult for you guys. And my boyfriend is very understanding to that, to the point where we rearrange our schedules on the weekend so that he knows when I'm going live and so that we can spend time together outside of that. You know what I mean? It's like a part of our daily life now. But Earth Mommy, what have I manifested? Okay, well, I manifested my SP from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. I got my start in the manifestation community because I lost over 100 pounds, no diet, no exercise in 11 months. And I've kept it off ever since, okay? After having my baby. And then I've manifested 2 very successful businesses in the past. I've also helped over 80 entrepreneurs hit over 7 figures in their business in a short amount of time. And I've done it myself, and I've also manifested boatloads of cash. Also, I manifested health issues to go away, legal problems to disappear, all the things. So because of that, that's what I teach on. I will not ever come on here incongruent and teach on something I have not done. Because that to me is, phony. I don't care if it's a popular topic online. I'm not going to do it because it's trending unless I've done it. But unfortunately, specific person is a very popular topic online. And so a lot of people try to tap in to that audience by thinking that all manifestations are fucking same. It is not. It is not. So what I teach when it comes to specific person is very different than what a lot of people teach when it comes to specific person, because I know what works and what doesn't work because I've done it. And they have not. Yeah, Sarah, I was like, man, I got to spend wisely. Shit. I'm Ikra. Trust me, you'll be the first to know, bitch. You'll be the first to know. Because if I decide that I want to get pregnant, I will defy science. I will defy, and I'll take that as a sign, Con. I'll take that as a sign. A lot of people have actually asked that a couple weeks now. I'll take that as a sign because I will defy logic or science. Because who the fuck said you need certain reproductive organs? Who decided that shit? Petri dishes. Thank you, Jackie. I think we're cute together too. I think we're cute together too. Oh, what's going on here? Jen, please tell your man that this king is very appreciative. I will let him know, Jace. I will let him know. Shamar, what is manifest? Manifestation. Seriously? Manifestation, my friend, is what you're always doing. You're curating your reality, okay? You've been subconsciously manifesting your entire life. Everything in your life is a manifestation. Here, you're learning how to control what you're manifesting, okay? So instead of your thoughts are being pushed out into your reality. They're what's creating your reality. So here, you're learning how to control that. by controlling and disciplining your mind and only focusing on what it is that you want instead of what you don't want, because manifestation does not go one direction. It goes both directions. Oftentimes, the negative shit is what's manifesting very fast, and that is because you don't think about it again. You don't think about it again. You don't think about it twice. So instead, we are here to control what we're manifesting and to curate our realities exactly how we want them to be. So if you're unhappy with your finances, the only person that can change that is you. Okay? If you're unhappy with your job, the only person that can change that is you. Same with your appearance. If you're unhappy with your appearance, you can change it. You can change whatever you want about whatever. You can change whatever you want, because no one knows. Your body doesn't know what's true and what's not true for you. It only knows what you tell yourself. So as long as every time you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, my teeth are shit. That's exactly what it knows. So therefore your teeth start to rot. They start to deteriorate. Versus if you were to be like, my teeth look white as fuck, like they're blinging, bling, bling. Your mouth will start to get whiter. There's only one reason. You understand everything's an assumption. There's only one reason why people's teeth turn brown. And that's because what does society teach you? What's one thing that you drink that changes the color of your teeth according to the professionals, at least? Oh, that's right, coffee. Cigarettes, right? All these things is what people are told. Nope. It does exactly. Coffee and cigarettes. It's the two things they tell you affect the color of your teeth. Well, bling bling, bitch. Even my mama said that. My mom goes, I don't understand, because I was a smoker. They're like, I don't understand. You're a smoker and you drink coffee, and yet your teeth are great. Yeah, because I don't choose to accept that bullshit. My parents, my mom, on the other hand, she's never smoked a day in her life. Well, unless you want to. Yeah, no, she's never smoked a day in her life. And yet her teeth are not white like mine, right? There's a difference. You can change anything you want. You can change anything that you want. Who says you need braces to have straight teeth? You don't. Okay, you're not happy with your height. You can change your fucking height. You're not happy with anything in your life. You have the power to change it. Your body only accepts what you've been told. Exactly. It's kind of like, do you know how many people have smoked all the way until the end of their days and never died of cancer? That's such a misconception of things. Okay, but you can choose to accept or not. Okay, everything is someone's assumption, because you have to remember is what's the difference in getting, wait, what did you just say here? Same with weight loss, right? This is what I used to teach, is you can literally eat whatever you want and lose weight. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what's good for you and what's not good for you. Your body has no idea what's good for you and what's not good for you. It doesn't know. It doesn't know that bread is full of preservatives and it's bad for you and there's so much fucking gluten and gluten is awful for you. It has no idea. In fact, your body doesn't even know what gluten is. But society does. You understand that people lived many, many years back in the days. And they ate gluten. And all the shit. Oh, there you go, Flashy. Okay. And so you have to understand, like, a lot of this stuff is just, it's society putting assumptions in you. So if at any time you can choose to change that assumption and say, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, addiction is the worst programming ever, because it's literally called addiction. But there's people, I am one of them, that does not have an addictive personality at all. I don't have a single addictive personality at all. I can quit whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't need to go to a detox. I don't need to do none of that shit. I can quit whenever I want. And that's why I always tell people, I said, you understand I can quit whenever I want. I choose not to. And that's a personal preference choice. Call it what you want. And because I used to be addicted to drugs back Like we're talking decades ago, a long time ago. And I just decided one day, I'm done. I never touched it again. You know, I'm not talking fucking weed, okay? So you can change whatever you want. Stop accepting things in your reality you don't like. From now on, none of you should ever accept shit in your reality that you don't like. When you have the power to change everything in your mind. Everything in your mind. And sometimes, but sit with that. Sit with it for a little bit today. Sit with it for a little bit today. And see what are things in your, what is your true description? And then saying, okay, I need to revamp my description of my SP or add in some other shit because my feelings need to be protected, right? All of these different things I want from this person. So what is everything he ever told me? I'm going to write all that shit down and I'm going to flip it all and put that in my description of my SP. And take his language. Take his language and use it back at them. I don't mean verbally, but it's a sales tactic. It's literally an NLP sales tactic, is they can't argue with their own words. So whatever they said, if you can remember word for word verbatim what they said, flip it, but add that in there where it's exactly what they said because they can't argue with their own words. Okay? All right, my loves. I have to go do laundry. I woke up yesterday and I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know. My daughter, she said she didn't do it. I don't know what happened, but there was a whole bag of fucking rice that looked like somebody cut it open and then just like dropped it on the counter. And I'm like, who the fuck did that? Because we have a rice container, so it's not empty. So who would have done that? I don't know. But I got to go clean it up because it's driving me nuts. I cleaned up the counter, but then it's, you know, like when you step on things and you feel like you're stepping on kernels of corn or rice, it's driving me nuts. I think you're right, Ray. I used to always joke because I'll go and I'll eat something out of the fridge that might have been my boyfriend's. And he'll notice a bite was taken out of it. And I'll be like, I told you that there's a ghost in this house. Where's the proof? All right, loves. I love you guys. And again, if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, you want some coaching with me, it doesn't have to necessarily be SP related, it can be based on whatever it is that we discussed. Okay. I'm here at your, I don't know what the fucking word was. Oh, I'm at your disposal. There we are. I love each and every one of you besties, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.